And welcome to the Computer Game Show. My name's David Turner. I'm here with Matt Murray.
Hello there.
Sean Bell.
Hello.
And of course, it's becoming a bit of a catchphrase at the moment, isn't it? No James Farley this week, but we are happy about that fact, if I'm honest. I'm happy about it. We have Ellie Gibson joining us again. Hello, Ellie. How have you been?
Hello. I've been all right, thank you. How have you been?
Yeah, this is a nice start to the show. Mixed. Don't bring it down, Sean.
A mixed
That was
bag.
a nice, jolly entrance. And
As
now
far as people who listen to the show are concerned, fine.
Yes, I think that's in video games terms worth a rental. That's how I feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not a full purchase, but worth a rental.
Yeah.
How much has your life changed since appearing on the Computer Game Show? Big moment
loads,
for
I
you.
assume.
Career taken off.
Yeah, absolutely. You might have seen I'm presenting the 10 o'clock news now. I don't know if you have noticed.
That's
A lot
a
of people
big
don't watch
gig.
broadcast television anymore, but it's quite big. And yes, I am in the running to be the next leader of the Conservative Party, because they'll just let anyone who's... All we have to do now is
That's
wear
the
the colour
poison
blue,
chalice, that is.
and they'll let you in. They'll let you in. It's great.
I mean, I am starting to realise that a lot of MPs are just going, I've got to quit now because I can't with this. No, they haven't got a fucking chance this year, have they? Fantastic.
No politics.
Yeah.
It's a very exciting show this week. Oh yeah, no politics. Yeah, we're not a political show, I'm afraid.
No.
So we've got to say also, I like them. What about that? That evens it out, doesn't it? Does that even it out? Oh,
What, the
We could be on the
Tories?
BBC.
Gonna get. No, I can't even joke about it. Yeah, so we've got a very exciting show this week. We have had the non-E3 announcements over the past few days, starting with your favourite, Ellie, Jeff Keighley, put on his little show, didn't he?
You'd better
Got his
tread
little show.
carefully. Like I say, I will not hear a word against that man. He's trying to make an honest living. You know, not all heroes wear capes.
But he wore a lovely blue jacket, didn't he?
He did a very
He
nice
did. He looked
jacket
quite
on,
stylish,
didn't
actually. We can pick him up on that front.
All right.
Yeah.
But we what's exciting is that you text me on Friday and said, how much of this shit do I need to watch? And I said, well, actually, if you don't want to watch it, it would be quite good if you didn't, because it returns back to our old E3 format where we have to explain to someone what was announced. And I know you're a massive Xbox fan, so there's lots to go through there. Lots of
Absolutely, yeah.
Xbox announcements. It's all very exciting. So we'll be doing that later and all the usual stuff. But first, can we say a massive thank you to our Patreon producers this month? They are Aaron Patrick, the QuickBooks chap, Simon Nelson, Moomin Biscuit, Trans Rights are Human Rights, Dave Ernsberger, Colin Brown, Gasman, Rocketman76, Smooth Monkey, Richard Sawyer, John Tempelli, Jackie Sniper, Sam Higton, Tom S, Stan, Philip with an F, Cutty, Steve Lee, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Man, and Tri-State and Oods. Thank you so much for supporting the show. We really do appreciate it. You can support the show by going to patreon.com/TCGS. We have got a bonus show and a video thing lined up this month. And I don't know if it'll be this month, it might be next month, but the bonus show is going to be a certain tattoo artist coming on to discuss a little design. Ellie looks shocked. I think it's time to explain to Ellie
No,
what the
Ellie, did you
bet
think
is.
we were bringing the pop sensation tattoo on?
No,
No. Okay.
I'm
would be
thinking
amazing.
of Dave the Games Animal Perry.
He loves a tattoo,
Oh
doesn't he?
my
He
god,
runs
we
a
should
tattoo
have got...
parlour now.
Oh my god, that would be
Yeah,
the.
we should have gone to
We've
his
got
one.
to change our plans. That would be
I can't because we literally asked my neighbour,
No,
and
it's
that would be
cool.
really awkward if I keep seeing it. So when are we doing it? Don't worry about it. It's not happening now. We've got Dave the game.
Yeah, we've got a man who was on a video game show 30 years ago and who stormed off in a huff. Oh, great.
Up and down, up and down. The
God,
greatest
his
song
YouTube
of all
career. I forgot
time.
about that.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's how can you forget about it? It's wonderful. Right. So there's a bet, right? And I don't know if you've seen Star Wars Outlaws, the trailer for the new Star Wars game coming out this year.
No, what I've done is because obviously I've literally not even been on video games Twitter or Facebook or anything all weekend.
this
I know
is amazing.
absolutely nothing. But also as a remarkable stroke of fate, a lucky chance, I've not really engaged with any sort of video games news or trailers for about a year. So
Brilliant! You really have. This is dedication to the episode.
Yeah.
Basically, there's a new Star Wars game coming out this year. Matt thought it was going to be better than the last Star Wars game that came out, and Matt and James have had a bet where the loser has to get a tattoo of a Wookiee. So that's something that's actually happening in 2 months' time.
That's amazing. Where? Because depending on where it is, you might not need too much actual pen and ink, might you?
Well, yeah.
You could just draw the eyes.
I was thinking
the eyes.
just on the cock and balls, but yeah.
Okay. Matt's getting it on his arse, I think.
Yes, right. And here's the thinking. Apparently, it's more painful, but also I'm a hard man. I'm not sure if you know, Eddie, but I'm often labelled as the bad boy of British podcasting. So this is fine.
I heard Bear Grylls of British video games.
I mean, that
podcasting,
depends who you
that's
talk
what
to.
I
Depends,
Right.
But generally known as a hard man of British podcasting as well. But so I thought arse because yes, it might hurt, but no one's going to see it. But what I'm now thinking about doing is
don't be down on yourself. Someone might one day.
no one's going to see it ever.
Mooney's still a thing. Can you still give
not
Mooney
unless you wanna
off
go
a
to
bridge
prison.
to train? Really?
Well, who would I do a
I don't think
Mooney
you go
thing?
to prison for mooning someone, do you?
Depends where you are.
That's pretty funny, isn't it? I thought it was just
So
cheeky.
wait, so no one's going to see it.
So now I'm thinking on the arse, but I'm going to have a little bit higher so you can see the head poking out. So if I'm wearing swimming shorts or if I'm wearing some t-shirt, you see a little Wookiee head. And they're like, what's that? And I'm like, well, 2 more drinks and I'll probably show you the whole thing. And yeah, then you'll see a Wookiee on my
promise.
cheek. Yeah.
Yeah, but aren't you concerned that from a certain distance it will look like a shit stain just popping out?
No, because it'd be a really detailed Wookiee head, clearly. Like,
Okay.
no one's going to be confusing that with a shit stain. Also, it'd be on my... Anyway, yeah, so that's my plan. But James is having it on his, shoulder. So if you wear a shirt for work, say, you're going to see a shit Wookiee on your shoulder blades.
Can I
James
ask,
always
this
wears a
isn't
jumper over
too
his shirt.
personal a question, and I don't really care if it is. Have you got a hairy bottom?
No, I'd say no, actually, no.
Oh, that's a shame, because otherwise, again, you could have just shaved all the way
Yes,
around it.
in...
Just for, like,
Also
a
could
3D
shave,
effect.
I could shave
Like
in
a
the
3D
shape of it,
effect.
so it's like a 3D tattoo as well.
Yeah. Well, James has got a hairy back, he says, right? So that could
believe
be... No, you don't. You can.
No,
believe
I
it.
can believe it. Yeah.
It'd be a bit odd if you went, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Please
Not
don't
having it.
ruin my dream.
So you're having it on your shoulder?
I'm having it on my arse. James have it on his shoulder, depending on who wins and who loses the bet. Yeah,
And myself and Sean are not involved because we're not
because they're scared.
idiots. Should we do feedback from last week's show, Matt? What did they all think? They all loved it, right?
I'm sure it did. The bin man has messaged, all right, lads, I had a dream in which I was snooping outside of the TCGS headquarters trying to control David with my Joy-Cons. Unfortunately, I needed someone to press the little Bluetooth sync button on David's neck so my Joy-Con would reconnect. I enlisted the help of an extremely eager T-pose James Farley, and he quickly set about trying to stealthily press David's sync button, the problem being James was stuck in the T-pose. The majority of my dream was me watching through a window as a very stiff James Farley tried his best to lean his whole body so he could press the elusive sync button with his stupid rigid arms. Tip me up and pour me out style. It was hilarious.
That's
Amazing.
a dream.
That's a dream.
That's a dream and a
That's a
half,
dream
isn't
someone had
That's a dream someone had. All right. Okay.
about the show.
You're not
There's
reading
also a
the
PS.
You're not reading out the PS. Yeah.
Also, Matt, have you
Well,
looked up
hold on,
Joy?
before you carry on, the one thing, is it bad? The one thing that I'm thinking of after reading that is where would our headquarters be? I'm not
That's
quite
true, yeah.
sure. That's the bit that's sticking in my head then. Not the sync button on the
Yeah,
neck.
where would it be?
It's the where the fuck will we have our headquarters? Right, go on.
PS. Also, Matt, have you looked up gyro balls for your wrist? I've suffered from carpal tunnel on my wrists, and the gyro ball not only fixed my problem, but also every time I have a shower, it feels like I've been wanked off by Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's great. Thanks for the show, the bin man. I haven't looked at gyro balls, but I might have to, because that sounds great. And also the benefits of my wrists sound really useful.
The health benefits. So that's
Yeah.
the main thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for the show. Camthony Fanota, hang on. Camphamy Fandonam Man, forget it.
You're right, mate,
Someone
you
called
haven't-
Cam.
Camano.
Someone called Cam has messaged.
It's coming.
On last week's episode, Dave said he'd like to talk about video game titles and said most of them are fine apart from a one called Where Winds Meet. And then Matt said he would like Astrobot because that's what he likes.
So Dave
Oh
said
no,
Matt
and then
would
Dave said Matt
Astrobox,
would like Astrobox, Astrobox. What kind of titles does Dave prefer then? One word titles, simple, understandable language, and can explain why the game is called Red Dead Redemption. Hugs and kisses. Don't tell your missus, Cammy.
I can explain why it's called Red Dead Redemption. It was a series, wasn't it? Red Dead was the series, and that was Redemption. It should have been Red Dead : Redemption.
Well, it's weird. Yeah,
Shouldn't
it's weird because Red Dead Revolver was the first one, but then there's no
That's right.
there's no real link with Redemption other than it being another cowboy game.
Yeah, I don't know what I look for in video game titles. I think Mario, that's good, isn't it? Sonic. Just characters.
I mean, these are
But
characters.
they're called that, are they?
Yeah, they're
it's like-
characters.
They're called Sonic the
it's
Hedgehog.
Mario. Mario 2.
That's what
Mario
I used
again.
to call it. Here comes Mario. Yeah, I don't actually. Yeah, you're right. I don't know what the. It's just at the moment there's so many generic ones, and you look at it and go, "Where wins me? Are you having a laugh? That's awful."
But
Sounds
it
like a
really
shit
literally is,
poem
as you
that learned
said,
at
it's
school.
because they're like just doing searches saying all the other ones are taken. Let's find the most random. Let's find words thrown together. The domain's available. The social network's available. There you go.
Do you reckon it's really that?
Yeah, I
You
think
honestly
so.
part of
think
it.
it's that?
I think they'll
let's
do
put
searches
random
and say
words
that's
together.
that's taken. Okay, these are the kinds of words we like randomly generate. Does that work for a game name? Done.
Uncharted. That's a good one. Last of Us. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then
I
Naughty
liked
Dog- Naughty Dog
Everybody's
have got
Gone
it
to the
nailed.
Rapture. That was a good because
Everyone's
Oh,
Gone
yeah.
to a Rapture is a good name for a game. Where wins me, I will stay behind. Like I will stand my ground with that. That is not a good title for a video game. That is not. And what was the other one? Tell Me Why. We played a game came out a couple of years ago called Tell Me Why. I mean, we called it 14 different things before the game came out because we tell me how you did that. Tell me what's going on. Like it was
Which are
just
better names.
sort of run out of.
Well, and because
steam
the
with that
title
one.
wasn't particularly relevant to the story or anything, anyway, was it? It was like, it wasn't like you got to the end and said, now I see why it's got. No, it's nothing.
Yeah, because the last words of the game were "and just tell me what," and then cut.
They told them why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember when
that's
it was the
first-
fashion like 10 or 15 years ago? It was all the Origins games. Everything was Origins. And we got bored at Eurogamer, and for some reason we all started using the word oranges instead, which made for a much better game. Wouldn't you rather play Wolverine Oranges? Where
Yeah, I would- yeah.
he's just
Assassin's
working
Creed
on an
Oranges.
orange farm, cutting the oranges down with his massive claws.
He'd be
It'd
really
amazing.
good at
Yeah.
He would. Should we get to the next bit of feedback, Matt?
Yes, Mock Turtle Soup. Quality show as ever, even if Matt did call me a prick. Last time I ever chime in to defend him. Yeah, sorry, prick. Oh, sorry. Mock Turtle Soup, I'm
Okay,
really
that's
sorry.
A bit. That's out.
sorry about
They're
that.
our listeners, mate.
Well,
Yeah,
you can
and
be a
I
bit
stick up for our listeners, so you better watch.
Even
your
Mock Turtle
fucking-
Soup?
you better- Oh, especially Mock Turtle Soup. You just watch your
Oh, okay.
mouth. All right.
Okay. Milo, my dog Kate and I would like to share our thought of the week. Sonic is just Pac-Man with spikes. Thank you, and always remember you are the controller.
Sonic is just
Controversial.
Pac-Man with spikes. No, it's not. No.
No.
Pac-Man doesn't go around a little spinny thing, does he? He doesn't go. You don't have to hold your breath
Different
with
shaped
Pac-Man.
mouths.
Yeah,
And that's,
yeah.
Pac-Man's only discernible feature is his mouth.
Sonic's got way more attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
He's
it's not like
also got
Pac-Man. If you
legs.
go too fast, you don't actually experience the game, and if you go slow, that feels like you're playing the game wrong. So it's kind of
Good point.
way
That's you
better.
told Milo. Never email in again.
Full
Next
of
bit
it.
of
and
feedback,
delete the
please.
subscription from your podcast player of choice. Steve Pullover. Hi chaps, feedback. With James off on another jolly and still picking up that sweet Patreon cash, I thought of an idea to alleviate some of the disdain, mostly from David. Surely James has 5 minutes each week to record us a little mini TCGS show on his phone. 1, quick intro. 2, 1 news item. 3, a game is played. And 4, butcher the socials. You could call it 5 minutes with Farley or FMWFS co.co or whatever. Just make it up like Matt did with TCS Co. I didn't. Okay, we'll come back to this. Get someone to recreate the theme tune using a child's flute. Stick James's recording in right after the feedback. Jobs are good, and appreciate you all from Steve.
I don't know if I think that's a good idea. Honestly, it would irritate
You know
the
what?
shit out of me.
Yeah, because what will happen is if he does it, all the feedback will just be like, loved 5 minutes with Farley this week, guys.
Yeah,
Keep it up."
exactly. That's exactly the reason. Yes, that's exactly the reason.
That
Because
is
our
all we'll
listeners will
get.
say it's the best part of the show, and
Yeah.
I'll get jealous and,
Yeah.
and not want him back. That's
100%.
so. I mean, nice idea, Steve put over, but I don't think we're going to go with that one. Out of jealousy. Is that it for feedback?
That is
Good.
it for feedback. Go to
we doing it then?
tcgs.co. That's it.
Are we going straight into the announcements? Is that
We will in a
how it's
minute.
going?
Yeah, tcgs.co/dearTCS to leave your feedback.
Okay, I spoke over him. Sorry about that, Matt.
Son of a...
Right. Ellie Gibson, are you excited about what's going on in the world of video games? Is it all you've thought about all day? Yep.
Sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yep. Good.
And all year.
'Cause
You've got to remember, I was a proper video games journalist for like 10 years. So I had to do a
sorry.
lot
Is this not
E3s.
proper video games journalism, Ellie? Is that
Oh,
right?
that's a bit harsh.
10 years
It's
in one
good that
day
you're
now.
having a go. You're giving it a good go, lad. But when you look at someone like, I don't know, Jeff Keighley, that
Yeah.
really is what we're all
come-
aspiring to,
that's-
isn't it? That
He's
level
doing
of
the real legwork,
professionalism
isn't he? Yeah, yeah.
and
He-
honest, unbiased, investigative journalism is where we're all. Let's look
Yeah,
to him.
strive to get there, yeah.
This brings us on to an interesting point because while we were streaming Summer Games Fest, we used the leak about how much he was charging developers per minute to be on that show, and we kept a running total, didn't we, Sean?
We did.
Have you got that running total in front of you? Have you got how
Can't remember the
much
exact
Jeff
figure,
Keighley
but
made?
it was just over $22 million.
Yeah,
by the
22
end
million.
of the
I think that's real journalism, is it? That's real journalism, is it?
Yeah, this is like the Cook Report.
How much are you on at Eurogamer? That's a lot of money floating around the video game world.
His milkshake brings all the developers to the yard. That's,
Well,
can I
not
tell
really.
you?
The ones
It's better
that we
than yours.
saw.
He could teach you, but he would have to charge.
And he does 22 million.
He does
And,
20 minutes.
but worth it, I think.
We should say, obviously, not all that goes straight into his pocket. I assume a lot of people get paid for putting that show together, but it's still a wild.
But if
number, isn't it?
$1 million made it into his pocket, I'm only fucking smiling with a nice little jacket on. Do you know what I mean? I'd be smiling with a nice little jacket on if I got $1 million for standing there going, look what's coming up next. Do you know what I mean?
He's just doing his best.
Yeah, he's not shopping Zara sales, is he? He's paying full price in Zara. He
Yeah.
doesn't give a fuck.
He's waltzing around River Island with a shopping trolley, throwing
Yeah.
whatever he wants in.
It's
He's
mental.
not standing in front of the rack at TK Maxx going, no, please let there be something that doesn't look shit. Oh, look, this looks nice. And you look at the back and it's got design all over the back. I can't wear that. Sorry, it's just shopping
That's why I
TK
like
Maxx
to
too much.
stick to simple, minimalist neutrals with my wardrobe.
Yeah.
Right. How did it go down, Sean? Do you want to take us through Summer Games Fest to start
can
with? Because that
indeed.
was the first.
Or how about
so,
Summer
I
Game
mean,
Fest, guys?
I keep saying, I keep putting an S at the end.
Get
of
the
games.
branding
You're a
right.
brand
He's done
guy.
it for 15 years.
You need to loosen up. You're stiff.
You can't see it on camera. I just love brands.
Why is this the filthiest show we've ever done? What's
Oh,
going
because
on?
I'm on it. It always descends. It's always awful when I'm anything to do with anything. Oh.
Summer Game Fest. Then. Oh, right. Okay. Can we just say to start off with? I think although the games announced, I mean, we'll get to them, weren't the best. I thought it was a vast improvement over his previous shows because it was on stage, right, which was strange because it was mostly adverts. There wasn't too much on stage stuff. But it was relatively quick and punchy, and it was trailer after trailer, and there was not Jeff Keighley. There was only one moment where he was just reading an advert out randomly.
The DoorDash
Whereas
bit.
before, the DoorDash.
DoorDash,
bit,
there's some
before it's like
Samsung
8
monitors which are out now, Ellie. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but brand new QLED monitors. Scan the QR code now for $200 off.
Oh, always ready to hear more about those. Yeah.
But yeah, it went through a nice pace, I think.
How long did it go on for? Was it nearly 2 hours?
It was 2 hours, but
2
like
hours,
it was
yeah.
paced well. It didn't feel like it didn't necessarily feel like 2 hours. It flew by. Even when they got people on stage, that was okay. Yeah, it's way better show this year. Way
I
better.
mean, you should say you could argue this is absolute bare minimum stuff.
I love the fact that we still sound disappointed when we're complimenting him. Like we're bitter that he got stuff right, that we're actually angry that he got stuff right this year.
So he kicked off by acknowledging that it's been a shit year for developers, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Remember, because you got a lot of stick for the Game Awards last year for not being sensitive to that stuff. You also had a woman presenting stuff, so that was a turn up for the books as well.
Don't agree with that.
I know. Yeah.
You against that? You answer
Leave
that.
it to the lads. They know what they're doing. Everyone knows that. Video games, it's like cars, sport, and pornography. It's a man's game.
Finally, someone said it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I've been waiting for ages for that. Go on.
So that stuff was an improvement. Shall we talk about the games now? What do you want to do? We don't want to go through every single one, do we?
No, we don't want to go through every single one. And there was a lot of shite in there. I don't know if there was. I will say that usually there's like a running theme in these things. You know, like you see the trend of the way that industry's going. There was the one a couple of years ago where everything was a farming sim that had a bit where you go off and do like some mission in a cave or whatever and come back. And then there was another one. Yeah, Cozy Games was one, and you know. There seems to be, but there seemed quite a variety this time. So I was happy with the variety.
Yeah.
But nothing really stuck out.
So there was Lego Horizon Adventures. No, I'm not a
start with
Horizon.
that, didn't they?
That's right.
I'm not a Horizon guy, but this looked pretty good fun. I thought. I mean, it looked like a Lego game, but it's not by Telltale. Traveller's Tales.
Is
it's
it not?
actually by. Fuck, who makes the Horizon games?
Gorilla.
Gorilla, thank you.
Yeah, Gorilla. Yeah.
It had their logo on it, so I assume that means they're making it. Wasn't entirely clear.
I still find it wild that Horizon is a game series that people care that much about. It feels like it's one of those things that Sony thinks bigger than it is, and maybe I'm just not in tune with the people that like those games. But I played both of them, and I was like, yeah, they're okay. Yeah,
I think it's maybe quite big, isn't it? Aren't they? Oh, by the way, it's co-developed by Gorilla and Studio Gobo.
Okay.
I think they've sold incredibly well, and it's like, isn't it one of the biggest franchises that is like a M rating? You know, because Last of Us and God of War and stuff. I think it's like, I'm sure I read or heard something the other week about it being massive because it's not, you know, it doesn't need like 17 or 18 age rating.
I just assume I'm out of touch. I think that's sort of the default.
I think that could be it,
with these things. But yeah, it looked all right. The only problem was the gameplay in it sort of looked like a step back for Lego games because after we had the Star Wars one, which tried things a little bit differently last time, this seems to be going back to the real sort of fixed perspective and going around collecting studs or whatever. I don't know. I can't. It looked all right, but I don't see me playing it.
Yeah, I mean, I did play the second Horizon game and got through to the end, mostly because of how nice it looked graphically, but story-wise, there was nothing there at all. And I didn't mind the action, but yeah, this is not for me either. I mean, even though I'll say I enjoyed the second Horizon game, but not loved, still not even for me. I don't think this.
We're grown-ups, mate. We're grown-ups now.
Oh yeah,
Not
baby.
anymore.
Would you like me to pass judgment on all the things you're talking about?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But
Okay. Well, my pick, what's it called? Lego Horizon.
Lego
Horizon Adventures.
Brickfest or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Oh, I'm not a fan.
Right, okay, that's a no. I'm quite surprised at that because that is a Sony franchise and there's not lots of those in over the weekend. So you might have gone a little bit too quickly on the.
Not like you.
Well, you know, like I said, I'm incredibly unbiased and
Incredible.
and I'd also forgotten that.
Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, Ellie, is what I'd say.
Okay, what was next?
What else did we have? Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. I mean, I despise.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I can't. Honestly, it's weird how much of a blur this all is already. This looked bad, right? Was it? I can't remember if it was actual gameplay or not, or was it just a CG trailer?
No, it's just a CGI trailer, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I don't even. So Quidditch is a sport that's in Harry Potter, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's a real sport.
You fly around on brooms, and there's like a whole. Basically, imagine football, right, Dave? But also, if there was a secret little golden football, that if you catch that, you just win anyway.
It's completely. The rules of it are completely stupid. It's ludicrous. I'd play Harry Potter Quidditch Manager though. If it was like Football Manager, and you get to pick different wizards to put in your teams, and which
That's
that one's
instantly
good
a better.
yeah,
That's instantly a better idea.
100%.
See that I'm interested in, but
Someone
but this
complaining
thing-
about the grounds not being kept up, and there's a negotiation for salary.
Yeah, exactly.
Harry
Oh,
versus I don't know Gandalf. I don't know. I don't know what the thing is.
which one is? It's
Yeah.
just wizards, isn't
one
it?
of the
It's,
characters.
yeah.
Oh, Gandalf doesn't want to play anymore. What?
are they
Working
not allowed to?
metatarsal.
are
He
they
will not pass.
And that's why he's off the team.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna play that either. What else we got?
We had Cuff Bust.
Oh,
is a-
this was brilliant. The way that
This
Jeff
looks
Keighley
alright.
announced it. This is.
Oh, go on.
He said, "We've got a really exciting game to show off. It's a world premiere. Here's Cuff Bust," and then did like this weird smile. We were like, "What? Sorry, did he just have a? Was that a sneeze or what happened there? It's really weird." But
Now
this
wait,
is
that's I'm intrigued. That's quite a good name for a game. I think it's punchy. It sounds like it could be a little bit sexy. What is
Yeah.
it?
It is
not
certainly
sexy.
not sexy.
Cuff
No,
busting makes me
it's,
feel good, but
so this is
not
from
in this sense.
the creator of Choo Choo Charles, and basically it's a co-op
Oh,
game.
Charlie loves Choo Choo Charles.
Yeah,
he'll
'cause-
be all over this.
Yeah,
Do you know what Choo
This is
Choo
like
Charles
a-
is, Ellie? If you haven't looked
I
at
don't
games
know
for
what
about a
it is.
year,
don't worry about
I
it.
Choo
don't
Choo
It's
Charles
like-
is, is a train, spider train with spiky teeth and blood running down his chin, and
Okay.
you walk
Stuff
around
you.
a forest, and every now and then Choo Choo Charles comes and kills you. My 5-year-old thinks it's the funniest thing on the face of the planet, and every time he puts it on, Harry walks. My 10-year-old walks out of the room and goes, "Nope, nope, not having that." So he'll be buzzing for this game, but this isn't a horror game, right?
It's not a horror game. So you play as some cute little bears who are trying to escape a prison together. It does actually look pretty good fun.
That sounds brilliant. I want
yeah.
to be a bear in prison. That sounds amazing. 10 out of 10. Game of the year.
Oh, that is a big, that is a big call there. It looked like it was trying to make a child's version of that game that went viral. What is it called, Matt? I always forget it. The the ones where you're walking around and
Strange
it's a scary game.
Brigades.
no,
not Strange
the
Brigade.
indie one that went blew up. Yeah, I can't remember
Yeah,
what it was called. But
it blew up. It blew up, Sean. The
I
one
know
that
it.
blew
Yeah.
up.
Why am I
Life is
thinking
Strange.
whatever it was has been replaced?
Yeah,
by
his life is
Strange
strange.
Brigade
Yeah.
Wasn't it Curious? The Curious Men. I can't remember.
now. Curious Men.
Lethal Company. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah.
Lethal
Lethal
Company.
Company.
That's it. Lethal
There
Company.
you
yeah.
go. Brigade,
The
Company.
Curious Men.
You know, same thing.
That's the name for a game that I want to see. The
But I thought
Curious
this looked
Men.
like it could be a lot of fun. Yeah, so you like break out. You trying to get out your cell. You're trying to look at like the the maps of the prison. I reckon this could be quite a lot. It looks kind
Yeah,
of
it's a-
Among
it's
Us
a cup
like.
game. Looks fun, but it's PC
I really
only,
what's
right?
it? No Way Out, that prison breakout game.
Yes.
That's a great game.
Joseph
Yeah,
Fares.
I'm up for that. I'm up for anything
got a
we
lot
have
of
to
time
get
for
out of
that.
prison. And as a
lot
bear,
of time.
even better.
Okay, no buzzer for that one.
Chod in the chat says I'm searching for curious men and bears in prison on Google. Uh,
I know some good
Star
websites.
Wars. Star Wars Outlaws. They showed a bit of that.
Matt, this is starting to look really good for you.
James is
I'll be
starting to look
honest with you.
fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They showed more of it today at the Ubisoft thing, right?
Mhm.
And this actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, so as we record, like Ubisoft forwarded us tonight, like an hour and a half ago, and yeah, like the first half hour of the show was they had an orchestra playing the theme tune, and then they had a half an hour in depth kind of gameplay
Expensive.
showing how it works, showing like the various missions, how you kind of navigate the environments. It's also got like a GTA style police rating if you commit too many crimes, and there's various kind of gangs that are trying to go after you. It looks really good. I mean, it looked good. This is what I took the bet on because I thought from that first initial trailer, it looked good, and it's still looking really, really excellent, actually, honestly. But we'll see.
Interesting is it's not interesting, but what I like about it is that although you're not a Jedi, right? You're just an outlaw in this, but it's just full of all Star Wars stuff like Jabba and the ones with the hoods that you only see their eyes. So I mean, I'm definitely gonna play this. I just can't wait to see what the review scores are going to be like.
Yeah, I mean, like first open world Star Wars game. Yeah, it looks good, but we'll see. We'll see.
Is James getting the Wookiee tattoo?
I think he might be.
It's got to-
to.
It's got to
If
get
it's got
86
ju-
and above
sorry.
on Metacritic, Ellie. That's the thing. It's got to get 86 and above for me to win.
Oh, I'm going to see if I can review it for like the Guardian or someone, and then just
Yes.
Give it a
completely-
10.
It's a
You
10.
better start appeasing me.
10?
You better send me some Mountain Dew and some Doritos if you want.
I also love your hat tonight, Ellie. I've always said that. I love
Thank you.
that hat.
Yes, it's good.
You've
isn't
forgotten you're wearing things again, haven't you, Ellie? That's
It's just my normal Monday night outfit. I don't know what you're talking about. Monday night is PlayStation night. Everyone knows that. No, if it's Jawas, I might have a problem because I've got a traumatic memory of a Jawa where years ago I went to that Star Wars. Do you remember they did the Star Wars films in London and like it was like being in one of those live experience things.
Oh, right.
And I went and I had my baby because you do mad stuff, don't you, when you're sleep deprived? You think I'll take a baby to a Star Wars thing. That would be good.
Yeah, why not?
It's
Yeah.
not. Spoiler: it's awful. And I remember I ducked into a little like bit of the cantina or whatever to breastfeed my child, and then this fucking Jawa who should have been minding his own business just like rocked up and went. And I just like turned around and went, what? And my tit sort of just was there, and he went. Like ran away, and I was like, "That fucking serves you right."
Isn't that what Obi-Wan did at the start of New Hope as well? Yeah. Do you remember they were all picking at him and he just waddled over, didn't he?
I'd love it
Yeah,
if like
exactly.
they just pulled the hood down and it was just a guy and he was just like, I'm so sorry, I cannot see a thing when I've got all this on. I'm so sorry.
I would have appreciated that more. I didn't really need him to stay in character. I was like,
No.
"You've seen my tit.
Never
The
break
fourth
character.
wall has been broken." To be honest,
Well, that's probably written backstage. That it doesn't matter what you see. If it's a child screaming, someone hurt a tit, just do not break character.
just
Yeah.
stay. Yeah, exactly.
Do not do that.
Maybe they left that
Okay.
situation being like, I'm a real actor now. I stuck with it through that.
Yeah.
That was-
That's
I'm
truly
like Sir Ben
tested.
Kingsley.
Has anyone got
Anyway,
CCTV so I could put it in my highlights reel?
yeah, show reel. There
One
you
day
go.
I'm going to be like watching Graham Norton and someone like Cillian Murphy is going to be going, "Oh, there's this one time when I was working on the Star Wars experience. That was very funny."
Okay.
Yeah, anyway, Star Wars Outlook looks very good.
It does look very good. We're
The
excited
next
for that, aren't we?
game, or one of the next games we saw was, I don't think we've confirmed the pronunciation, so I don't know if it's Neva or Neva, but it's Neva. So this is the new game from Nomada Studio, who made Grease, that Dave and I really liked.
Yeah, this was the highlight for me. I think this
Yeah.
looks absolutely stunning. I'm quite looking forward to this.
Yeah, because we had like a teaser trailer last year, I think, which was just, it was basically a cutscene. And yeah, it's a sort of 2D platformer where you're a woman with a little magic wolf.
Yeah.
But it looks absolutely gorgeous, as Grease did. And also,
a
yeah,
little bit more combat.
yes,
than
this
Grease
trailer
had as
showed
well,
off some
so-
combat. You got a sword
Yeah.
and his fighting stuff looked really, really good. So yeah,
That
keen
sounds
on
right. 10 out of 10. Game of the year. That sounds good.
Sorted.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
had me at Little Wolf. I think I realised I do really like games with animals in, like Tokyo Jungle and Africa are two of my favourite games. Both Sony titles, actually. Platform
That's weird, isn't it?
exclusives. Funny that.
Yeah.
But they're two of the best games I've ever played. I think there's just something inherently funny about animals in video games as well. So, yeah, that sounds
Well,
good.
usually they look shit and they don't control right, do they? So
Yeah,
that's always been. But they're
that's
getting
it.
better at it now. So it's becoming less funny these days.
Yeah.
We won't get a Last Guardian again, will we, Sean?
No, probably not.
Sadly, we will not
Platform
get a
Should
Last
we,
Guardian.
Obviously,
That was
this is-
another one.
Exclusive.
This is about a woman bonding with a wolf cub. Are we thinking? Okay, will they both be there at the end? Is what I'm gonna.
Well,
imply.
that's
No,
what's
right. I
interesting.
thought you were
So
working up to a
first-
joke. It really sounded like you were working up like you were on 8 out
I
of
was
10
being
cats
serious.
then, and you were trying to build up a go. Like you were just setting the
Incredibly
ground rules
serious
for
there.
your joke at the end. No, one of them will die.
Yeah, well, no, this is what was interesting was the trailer, the first trailer. The wolf was massive, and then it died, and then there was a baby wolf. So I'm wondering if that's like a thing that like the wolf grows over time. But that's, so I think it was like acknowledging that like this is what
Bambi.
happens when the wolf dies. It becomes like gets reborn as a baby or something. I don't know.
That's not how it works.
Well, in this it is.
Is that when
Someone
I
needs to
die?
tell 'em-
It's made up.
Sean
You can do whatever they want.
Okay.
Or does the
Sure,
wolf not
something.
have a baby? Is that?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think
don't
that's
know.
more the more likely situation.
You have
don't
to
know.
get the
Let's-
wolf to
let's look at the two
procreate
options.
before it dies.
Wolf have a baby or wolf die then become baby, Ellie. I mean, which one sounds more plausible?
I mean, where do babies come from? None of us really know.
It's
How
a
is baby
mystery.
formed? Wolf die. And then
Sort of egg, I assume.
Sean, we'll talk afterwards. It's fine.
That's
yeah,
right,
when a
okay,
mummy and
everything
daddy.
is
No,
fine.
later.
Have a wolf.
Yeah.
Civilization 7.
Okay,
is
what's
a
next?
thing. Fine.
Everyone was going nuts for this.
It's a big
I don't know.
deal. It's just out of our sort of. I mean, I know James is a big fan.
Yeah.
What do you think, James?
Yeah,
Oh, he's not here.
he's not here, so fuck him.
Still getting paid.
Yeah, let's just move on.
And what else did we have? Black Myth Wukong. So this was the quite cool looking sort of third person action game / RPG based on the sort of Journey to the West myth. That looked pretty cool, but again, I think that was like a surprise. I think that's been known for quite a while.
We've always seen it, so I kind of thought there'd be gameplay rather than. I mean, it's
Well,
really
yeah,
impressive
isn't
CG
it
trailer.
out in August. It's out in August, and they didn't show you anything. It's not really.
It's a worry, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a worry.
Yeah. There was a weird trailer for Asgard's Wrath 2, the VR game.
Why is that weird?
Because it's been out for ages, and there's
Right,
nothing.
okay.
There was nothing new about
Just
it.
reminding you of the great content available now on MetaQuest 3.
This game's been out for 6 months. Thanks.
I like the idea. I think they should do that more. Just show trailers for video games past. Oh, Smash Court Tennis. Oh, brilliant. That was It'd be a nice little moment of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever done like,
The adverts.
has anyone ever done that as a thing? Like make like a modern trailer for an old game and just
Oh, that
present it as
must
if it's
be a
new?
thing. Yeah,
can't
that
think
must
of
be a
any.
thing on it.
Well, if not, we should do it.
Yeah, we absolutely should do that.
You know, like, hey, you know how you see on Twitter where like people recut things like The Shining and make it like a rom-com. We should somehow try and do it of games where it's like, well, no, you think it's about tennis, it actually like challenges the movie. It's actually like,
In fairness, Matt, we spent an hour before recording arguing who was going to edit the show. So I don't think we've I don't think we've got it in us to recut a trailer to a video game. All right. Okay.
James,
What
so-
else was announced? Was that pretty much it?
No, well, there's fucking loads more, Dave. This is the problem. So
No, I know.
there's a new trailer for Space Marine 2, which looks fucking class. Really excited about that.
You're not a Warhammer fan, Ellie. Don't like the little models. Okay. We're moving on.
she hates
We
it.
are moving on. That is not one for our guest.
I have a teenage son, and he's not into it actually, but a lot of his mates are into it. So I've listened to a lot of people complain about how the paint gets all over the kitchen table. So yes, that's for all the mums.
I mean, I'm just like scrolling down at. The Power Rangers game, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers: Rita's Rewind. This
This
good.
looked fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
all
a plus.
over this.
Yeah.
I'm up for some of this. Power Rangers, yes, please.
It's just a roaming beat 'em up, but then there was like vehicle bits and shooting bits and bits where you're the Megazord.
That
And I
bit
was like,
didn't.
yeah.
I didn't like that bit because that's
Okay, so-
they never shot things, did they? They're not shooting.
Is that what the kids are into these days? The Power,
Power
Rangers?
Rangers?
I mean,
Oh,
good for them. But really?
When was the last Power Rangers series? Let's have a look at that.
I bet
It's
it
that
was,
or crack, isn't it? I think they're the options.
It's vaping, Andrew Tate, or Power Rangers.
Yeah.
What's it going to be?
It's like, it's three types of three routes any kid goes down these days.
Yep.
I think I'd rather go down crack than Andrew Tate, but that's just.
I
Power
100%
Rangers hasn't
would.
been a thing since 2009. Why are they bringing this back? Why
Well, it's
is it?
vintage now, isn't it? I reckon this is off the back of that Teenage Mutant Ninja
vintage.
Turtles one.
Oh,
After that did
really?
really
And they
well.
thought, what else have we got? So it's
Yeah,
either
what else
that
can we
or
drag
it's
out of the-
Captain Planet. It's either Power Rangers or Captain Planet. And they said, well, Captain Planet was shit even when it come out. And they were like, well, all right.
Yeah, but it had
I'd
really
still want a
important
Captain
message,
Planet one,
Dave.
though.
Had a really important message that showed.
Well,
It
if we're
did.
fine, if we're going to bring back old shit, let's have Assassin's Creed Grange Hill. Let's just really
Oh,
go all
I'd
in.
play that.
and
Just murdering
Yes.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Or
They
like,
were a bit annoying.
or
You
Bike
have to like
Grove.
jump hide from Mr. Bronson and stuff. It'd be good.
Oh, when you
It's a nice
like, you
contemporary
assassinate
reference
someone
there
and
for your
just
younger
the
viewers.
sausage on the fork just comes in at the
Yeah. Your mission,
yeah, I mean-
you must rescue Samo from the toilets where he's had a smack overdose. That would be nice.
Get it in.
I definitely would like to see more British television represented in video games. That is something that needs to happen.
Yeah, but then you hated
Yes.
Everybody's Gone to the Rapture.
Well, that That wasn't a TV series from my youth.
No, but it was British as fuck.
It was basically butterflies, but with like aliens or whatever.
Yeah, but you got to remember, I grew up in Sutton, mate. Like that does not
Didn't have
represent
TV.
Britain for me. Do you know what I mean? That is not what my local area looks like at all. There wasn't enough concrete or syringes.
Have
on
you got
the floor.
EastEnders? You're fine.
That's true. That is true.
Has there ever been an EastEnders game?
Oh yes, there has.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there has.
There was one on the
I wonder-
Spectrum, I think.
There wasn't there? But what did you do? Was it a side-scrolling?
My
favourite-
Didn't you have to go like to the old Vic and you had to go to all the places? I might have dreamt this.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was like a single screen thing where you went from place to place. I still think my favourite is LOLO, the video game, because that had some fucking banging music in it, to be fair. But you were just
Was it top
Renee
quality chip tune?
jumping around. It had some good music in it.
Just
Yeah, should
Renee
remake
sexually harassing people in Pixel 4.
Yeah, if you want to,
It
compare
was a different
to the
time. It was a different time.
It was a different time. It was.
Pre-Brexit, anything went.
We also had Slitterhead. So this leaked a
Okay.
little bit before the actual show. This was weird. So it's a game where you possess people to fight monsters in Tokyo. And it was really weird because it opened with a guy like jumping off a building and then halfway down, halfway mid-fall, he then realised the player had possessed this person, and then sort of transferred to another person. And then we don't find out what happened to the guy who jumped off the building. He's gone now.
I think you.
I mean, we can guess, obviously, but it was just a weirdly callous way of introducing it. But then maybe that was the point. Anyway, yeah, and it was all about so you're just possessing random people just in the street and then making them fight monsters, and it looked. I don't know. It looked all right. I thought, bit spooky.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
Yeah, not for me.
Moving on.
Can you press the button for me, please, Ellie?
No, get your own button. I think it sounds good.
Where did you get that button from?
I think it sounds like a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah, it did look like 7 actually.
See, this is how good I am at reviewing games. Without even looking at a video game, I can tell you,
can tell.
from a little 5-line summary, 7 out of 10. But it's a
7
good
out of
score.
10.
Yeah.
I got it from Amazon.
That's always the answer, isn't it? It's
Why
kind
did
of
you get
sad
it from Amazon?
now. There's
Did
no
you
point
like, I
asking
just need
people
a
where they
buzzer?
got
Why
it.
did I get it? I can't
Funny.
remember. You know, like in the lockdown, Helen and I used to do Instagram lives just to try and make some money, and we just would try any old shit. So it was probably
work?
something to do with that. We did get a sponsorship from Mawam once, the sweets. That was
Holy
quite
shit.
good. That,
Right,
yeah.
well,
That's a fucking great sponsorship.
Happy to announce from next week we will be doing this live on Instagram
Yeah.
as well as Twitch.
No, we had Blue Yeti once, but then they asked us to do adverts. We did them, and they never contacted us again.
No.
No, they paid.
Oh.
They did pay us.
up,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah.
we said, "Hey, if you want any more adverts, just let us know." And then that was it. I think they just blocked out after that.
Shame,
I
really.
thought they were good.
They were.
What was next?
What else did we have?
Killer Bean. Are we
the
gonna talk
Killer
about Killer
Bean.
Bean?
I was going to skip Killer Bean, to be honest.
Well, this is it. See, because I thought, what the hell is this shit? And it's literally a coffee bean, I guess, that is running
Is it
around.
coffee bean
and
or
it's-
like a pulse, like a
It's a lens.
I beg
Yeah.
your pardon. I don't know. It's just a killer bean that runs around shooting people with attitude.
yeah.
It didn't look good. And then when
It
we were
sounds
slagging
like
it
Cool
off-
Spot. Is it like Cool Spot?
Yes.
it's-
Oh my god, you
but
are
with
good at
guns
this.
and bullet time.
Yeah, it's
and
GTA with a killer bean and Max Payne style kind of slow mo.
You've absolutely nailed this. It's got that Cool Spot vibe though. And when we were slagging it off on the stream, there was a bunch of younger people saying, "No, this is a film. This came
Yeah.
out 2 years ago. Killer Bean's like his known character."
Wasn't
Yeah,
it
it's as
like
big as
from, like,
Oppenheimer.
2009 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Someone said
It's
that.
just
Yeah, there was-
bizarre.
apparently Killer
I
Bean
don't-
was a film.
yeah. Strange thing.
Apparently
to
someone
make
who
a game
worked on The Matrix is doing this game or something. I don't know.
I feel like
Really?
like they made the coffees. Like, how do we like know what they did on the
Yeah,
Matrix?
it's true.
Yeah,
They never go
they
into
did the
detail.
stapling in the office. Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
next.
so we also had Ken, which is a game about climbing mountains and getting fed up and screaming.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it does. Sounds really
Where
fun,
does the
doesn't it?
screaming
Does
come
sound
in?
great.
Well, the start of the trailer showed someone like falling a little bit, but then they were caught by the rope, and then she had a little scream because she was annoyed.
That's
I
my
mean,
life in a nutshell.
You would do.
You would do that. Yeah, I mean, this looked good, but obviously, to us, we were all like, well, it looks a lot like Jusson that we
Jusson.
played last year, and
Yeah.
I
We
think
did-
only
none of
me
us
and
really
Matt liked it.
Yep. Only
Yeah.
us two.
Cool.
Didn't mind it. I wouldn't mind. I mean, I wouldn't mind some more rock climbing or mountain climbing, but don't know. I actually, although I like Jusson, it does this does not have to do a lot to be better than that. So we'll see.
Yeah.
8 out of 10.
What does that mean, Matt?
Because you're going to like the various kind of like settlements or up the mountain, and I would like to know more about it. I know there's lots of like notes
because
and
it wasn't
stuff.
a very good game.
Well, no, I don't think that means bad game. I enjoyed everything else
Okay.
apart from that, really.
What?
What does that say? Off Tesco's. Why didn't you just say that? We're not.
Yeah, okay.
We're not on actual news night. It's fine. You're just saying. Go. Or you could just fuck off to Tesco's. Not. I don't need to know. Have another tea, please. Yorkshire bedtime. Thank you.
Could you get us a whisper?
Do you think this happens to Jeff Keighley? I don't think Mrs. Keighley is popping in telling she's going off to Tesco's to spend his millions.
It'd be Walmart, wouldn't it, over there?
It will be
Walmart,
Walmart.
wouldn't be Tesco.
I reckon that moment's gonna be as viral as that dude on BBC News last year with kids coming to the background.
That was not last
That
year,
was
Matt.
fantastic.
I don't want to ruin it for you. That was not last
that
year.
was 2020. Okay, the next game, Wonder Stop. This looks really interesting because so they said right off the bat. So this is by a new team, including Davey Redden, who made the Stanley Parable and Beginner's Guide, which are both excellent and very interesting games. And
Very
initially, watching this, it was like it's a cozy farming sim. But we were like,
The idea was that you're creating tea, is it? You're making tea, different types of tea, or coffee.
oh, that's right.
Yeah, you're running a tea shop, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a barista.
That sounds amazing. 10 out of 10 game of the year.
And then basically the twist, so it sort of made this point that like the main character's like, I used to be a fighter and now I do this instead, and it's fine, it's absolutely fine, I'm definitely okay. And it was very clear she's like having a bit of a breakdown, and is either, it wasn't clear if she's like traumatized by things she's seen when she was a warrior, or like she really wants to get back to killing stuff, or maybe both.
That's quite common if you're a barista at Starbucks, I reckon.
Yeah, I
You're like,
wanted
I'm
to murder
sick of
people when
this.
I was a barista, so yeah, it makes
The
sense.
shit they write on cups in there these days, man. It's nuts.
That's just your name, mate. What do you mean? What are they?
Oh,
Are they
right.
flagging you off on cups? What are they doing to you?
Yeah, my name is Wanker, so it does get a bit awkward.
So yeah, I thought that looked really interesting. Really keen to see where that goes.
Yeah, I wonder what the twist
Yep.
is going to be.
Yeah. I mean, I'm scanning. Oh, so Outer Sloth. This was cool. So
Weird
Inner
thing
Sloth
to say at the end of
developers.
that, Matt. It's just
Well-
a weird way to end that segment. Yes, and I wonder what the twist is going to be. And let's move on. Nothing. You didn't have anything to follow that up with. You just ended the
Well,
segment.
we know there's
with
going to be
that.
one, so let's try and work out what it is.
Okay. Right. A very matter of fact there. Okay.
So yeah, Inner Sloth developers of Among Us are now have created this thing, Outer Sloth, where basically they're going to be funding other games, which is cool because, like I was saying on the stream, not a lot of funding going around at the moment. So yeah, this was really nice. There's also going to be an Among Us animated series, which sort of
The boys
seems
were absolutely
inevitable.
buzzing about this.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were very, very happy when I showed them this trailer. So
Mhm.
that is going to be that's going to be a thing. All the kids play Among Us, like not on the. It sounds like a really shit statement. No, I mean like when the kids get together, they write down imposter or
Yeah.
crewmate on a bit of paper and then jumble it up, and then you pick one out and find out who you're going to be, and then they run around. It's pretty cool. I like
That's
that.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah, gets them off
Apart
the
from
screens, doesn't it,
apart
mate?
from the killing.
I saw someone else say it, so like
Alright,
it
fucking
felt a bit
iffy.
weird to show that, given all the voice talent, and we didn't hear any of the voices. It's like, was this just not a bit early to show this? And I haven't actually heard any of the
I see
benefits
so.
of having. Was it Elijah Wood and probably tons of other people that know in this, but just
Probably
totally
tons of
silent.
other people. It'd be weird if it was just Elijah Wood doing all the
No,
voices.
no, you could do.
yeah,
do all
it's
the
like
parts.
Patton
He's got the
Oswalt,
range.
Ashley Johnson, yeah,
Very
all,
talented.
yeah, Lesbill.
All right.
Battle Aces. I'm mentioning this just because This is the one where they were like, oh, here's Battle Aces, and then they showed this animation that was just like pure sort of brilliant sort of 90s anime
Oh,
action
that's
sequences,
right. Yeah,
fucking robots and aeroplanes shooting the fuck out of each other, and we're like, oh my god, what is this? This looks absolutely sensational. And then they showed it, and it was like a real-time strategy game, and looked really boring.
Yeah,
so that was cool.
yeah. I've never been into real time strategy. Well, we were when they were showing that really action packed trailer, we were saying, is this going to be like a card game, a boring card game? Because that's what it felt like. It felt like it was building up to that. Okay.
So I'm just getting him to close the curtains because I don't want anyone to know what I'm doing.
You
Yeah,
don't have to
it's embarrassing.
apologise. The curtains have been open for an hour with you sitting like that.
I know, but it's dark now, so now people can see. What are you doing, Ellie? I'm talking to 3 men on the internet. What?
No, you see, because I used to record in the living room, and like when I've got my ring light on and stuff, if I left the blinds open, I was like, do people walk past and be like, oh, I wonder, is he like some sort of famous?
Is he a cam girl?
Is he a cam girl?
That's what I do. I open up my blinds specifically for it. I turn I've got like a neon sign saying, "Hey, look at this guy in the window." That I turn on when I start streaming. It's great. I want them to know. Okay, what was there anything else?
Alan Wake 2 Night Springs DLC.
Did you finally watch this?
Oh, you're not an Alan Wake.
Oh, controversial.
What?
Controversial.
Explain your workings. Show your workings, Ellie.
Kick me off. Look, I mean, there is a history. So I gave the original Alan Wake game, I reviewed it for Eurogamer, and I gave it 7 out of 10, which is the correct score for that video game.
Yeah, I think most people would agree with that, right?
Yeah.
At the time,
yeah.
I was out there on my own and called all sorts of names, many of which were pertaining to my gender, and so
that doesn't sound like people on the internet.
I know, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, what happened that day?
So we played the second one on stream, and I look, it's really beautifully made, right? I just don't get. And it is clever, and I like that it's trying to do new stuff. I just don't get it. And maybe that is one of those things where it's just not for me, and the problem is me, it's not the video game. But I did not get it. I thought it was just really cliched and sort of naff, and a lot of the dialogue was... And there's a sort of naff Twin Peaks thing and a sort of naff Scandi thriller thing, and then there's just this very humorless man who just talks to himself all the time, and I just wanted him to fucking shut up. And I just but I'm fully prepared to, and so I took the piss out of a bit on the stream, and then I had to present the BAFTA for best sound to the man from Alan Wake. So that, and I'm reading out the nominations at the video game BAFTAs going, Alan Wake 2, going, please no, and the winner is, and you don't know, Alan Wake 2, and then I had to go,
oh god,
amazing.
I would have loved it if it suddenly they just played that on the big screen behind you as you're handing it over. The stuff you said about.
This is bollocks. I think this is absolute toss. I don't get it. Yeah, just while I'm giving him the thing. So yeah.
Matt, you'll have to steer me on this, but so yeah, this is the Night Springs expansion. Now,
this
am I right?
What winds me up though, Sean. So we gave Alan Wake 2 our game of the year. Matt's the only one that played it. It still pisses
James
me
has
off
finished it since and loved it.
Yeah.
I'm about a third of the way in, and I really like it.
Okay, all right.
It's just you, David, really.
Yeah, okay.
You and Ellie, obviously. Ellie doesn't.
All I'm saying is that Ellie, please replace James Farley permanently. I need you for the Game of the Year show. I need you for the Game of the Year show.
I've just told you what the 3 or 4 games of the year are, so you can just cut and paste
Fine, I'll be happy with that. I'll play them.
Yeah, the bear one, the wolf one. What was it? One of the other ones.
Yeah, the T one. Yeah.
The T one.
So Night Springs is so like obviously like as we're saying, so Alan Wake borrows a lot from, it's obviously really inspired by Twin Peaks and similar stuff, but Night Springs is more like a knowing sort of Twin Peaks piss take or homage within Alan Wake.
Yeah. So right? That's the fictional show within the fictional game. Yeah, that Alan was part of, writer or yeah, anyway.
That's right. Yeah.
And then this has also got like Jesse from Control in
Mm-hmm.
it. It's got like it's got the, I don't know his name, but the dude from Quantum Break. But he's also actually in Alan Wake 2, like the cop, or the same actor who plays the cop or detective in this. So yeah, I've got this downloaded ready to go. I haven't played it yet. I think there's like 3 episodes in like the first DLC. There's a second DLC. I don't know if that's been. I don't know when that's coming out, but yeah, I'm really excited to play this because
Is it out now?
it's out now.
Well,
Yeah,
that was the nice reveal, wasn't it? It's like, oh yeah, this is out tomorrow. Cheers.
yeah.
Cool.
They also
Alright.
announced, so obviously Alan Wake 2 was not physical, just digital only. They announced physical versions are coming. Like, oh, it's great,
Yeah.
but there's no standard edition. It's just like limited edition or some other expensive edition. So I think they start at like 200 quid each. So
God,
it
is
is
it that
physical now,
much?
but you can't get like a 40 quid disc
Fucking hell.
or 70 quid disc. They're all like limited edition or some exclusive
So what do you get
edition.
for your extra like £130? Like a pair of Alan's worn pants or something?
You get then Alan's jacket, Alan's trousers, Alan's gloves.
Are they
You
all
get
worn?
basically.
He wears a lot of clothes, doesn't he?
Toenail
point.
clippings. Yeah.
You get that. You get like the DLC is part of it. You get some I think you probably get some physical maps. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, the fact that they're doing it physically, but they're not actually selling like a standard edition, I think it's a bit weird. But hey,
Yeah, seems weird, but hey ho.
They like money, Matt. Yeah, here we go. So you get a box. You get a box.
a box.
box.
Okay, I mean,
Good
where can I
start.
pre-order this? You get a box, you say.
The disc
You got
safe.
an angel lamp, and it says "lights up" underneath it. What are you gonna do with that? You get a key, a hotel key, and a keychain.
Nice.
And you get over 160 pages of content, including an art book, and some badges. How much is that?
Badges, you say?
I mean, fucking, they don't half take the piss, don't they? I like
they like
video
money,
games
David.
and all that, but come on, just a load of old shit and a box, and they're charging how much for it? Matt?
I saw one of them's like 200 quid or $200.
What always
Jesus.
gets me with these is like there are games where I would be open to something like this, but I'm just like, just let me buy the game in a big box with a nice art book. I'll pay a bit more for that. But then it's like, oh, and it comes with stickers and a fucking model of something that you're gonna put on your shelf, aren't you?
A ham sandwich? It's just shit that you don't want.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
but
weird,
just
isn't
to get ahead of this before any feedback comes in, so this is in dollars. It starts off, the deluxe edition of a PS5 is $80, and that comes with DLC and
just that.
copy of Alan Wake remastered and some
How
other skins
much for
and
the
stuff.
fucking angel lamp that lights up, Matt? That's what I wanna
$200.
know. Holy fuck! That is a lot of money for a lamp, isn't it?
Yep.
And a box. You said yourself it comes with a box.
You do
Does
get
come
a
with
box.
Does
Yeah,
come with a
fair
box.
Fair enough.
Right, I'm skipping a
I
bunch of
much
stuff.
prefer the video game. I don't know if you played it, Alan Woke, where it's just a man going around like toppling statues of former slave traders and things like that. Just it's
would be
much
up for
more
that.
I would
enjoyable.
play that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
He just wakes up one day with compassion. And he doesn't know how to deal with it. He doesn't know how to handle it. Holy shit. He goes down the pub that night and he can't relate to all his mates anymore. That's a game. That's a game. We've got an idea. Alan Woke. Brilliant. Let's get that developed. Go on, Matt. Get on that, please. Write that down.
Right.
To-do list. Thank you.
Just write down
Okay, right.
Alan Wank.
You
as
need
well.
a new keyboard.
Alan Woke. Alan Wank. Is that a DLC?
That's just another game idea I've just had.
Okay.
Right, okay, let's stop with the game ideas.
You could do a sequel to Alan Wank if you just did an anagram of the first word of that. Anyway, it's just
That's true.
forget
That
it.
is true.
Just forget it.
Go
Just
on.
move on.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
Coming soon. That's the tagline. I don't
Fuck
know.
off, Matt. Come on, let's...
Skipping loads of things we already knew about. Skate. There was a trailer for Skate, which was largely unremarkable, except for the fact that it had Tim Robinson in it of I Think You Should Leave fame.
Right.
It was kind of just him being him, though, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It was
No?
him
Okay, go on.
doing a shit version of him, wasn't it? I love
That's what I
Tim
mean.
Robinson. I love him so much, right? And I find him so funny, and pretty much everything he's done, I've loved.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw this and went, "Oh man, you're really phoning this in." Like he's saying the words, but without the passion.
Yeah,
was like,
I mean, I
this
don't,
is
you know,
really
I've no
weird.
issue with him getting paid, and also he is an actual real life skater.
Imagine if he
right?
did.
He did this for free. No, he's a real life skateboarder as well, so I can see the connection. But yeah, it was just really weird because they didn't. I don't think they said it was for Skate initially, but they mentioned the name of the city that's in the new Skate. So I was like, oh shit, it's a Skate trailer. And then I'm sort of 2 minutes into this, Tim Robinson shouting at the camera, and I'm like, is this Skate? What is this? I don't.
Yeah, it was
It
weird.
wasn't
Wasn't it?
really clear what the skit was in relation to the actual game.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm excited about the game, so whatever. But yeah, a weird misfire. This, considering it's several things I like smushed into one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather they just focus on the gameplay, and I didn't need the other bits really.
Yeah.
And it
do
didn't. I
love
mean,
Tim Robinson, though. It was good to see his little face, wasn't
it
it?
was good to see his face. Yeah. Could
Well,
have done more.
God, she had enough.
Could have done more. I reckon.
And then there was Pal World stuff.
Sorry, Ellie Gibson's just run off out of her room. My prediction is someone forgot their keys. Should we find out?
Yeah.
She's gonna come back as some.
Um,
Should we just look at the cat? Like, look, just as she returns, look at
Just stare at the
our
camera.
watches. I'm worried it's something serious now.
Yeah, probably is.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, I've got to go to hospital.
Could you imagine? Okay, well, let's continue. Power World, we don't really need to
Pal
talk
World,
about.
don't
do
give
we?
a shit. Valorant is coming to consoles, but I looked weirdly dated already, I thought, when they showed this.
Yeah, I mean the art style is, it's not realistic. It's kind of,
no,
it's
but
got
it's
that unique art style. But I mean, I thought
The
this was a big
environments
deal.
looked a bit plain. It is a big deal. It's a big game. You're right.
You're right,
Ellie.
Ellie. Do you want to take a break?
No, I had to. I hadn't bothered to plug my laptop in. Just done that now.
Sheer panic.
just gonna-
We were taking bets about what you'd run off for, and I assumed that someone had forgotten their keys when they went to Tesco.
Oh
You
no,
get
it was
over
literally
that,
just
let me
going.
in.
It could have been a woman's problem. How would you feel then?
Yes,
Well,
David.
I did say it might be serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just had a quick smear test and got my laptop charger. That was it. We're done now.
Standard stuff. There was another trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds, but again, we saw this not long ago at the PlayStation State of Play. It was a slightly different trailer and slightly longer. It still looks good, but again, nothing really new to say about it. And then it ended with Phantom Blade Zero, which I've already forgotten everything about.
I also thought it was a weird way to end.
It was a weird way to end, wasn't it? It was like, oh
was,
right,
yeah.
and then now this. Bye.
Look, it wasn't very good, was it? It wasn't a great show. There was some good stuff in there, but I think ultimately I just kind of it's got to be hard when you've got essentially competing for show space with Microsoft and Sony at this point. That they want to do their own things and they're going to pay a lot of money to get. Well, they're not going to pay money, but they'll get the majority of the big ticket items on their show rather than Jeff Keighley's one. But at least he seems to have learnt a few lessons from the past. It didn't go on for 8 hours. It was still quite lengthy at 2, but the presentation was all right. So, hopefully it continues to improve.
I've completely forgotten. Was there a musical number? There wasn't, was there?
Is
don't
there
believe there
usually
was.
a musical number?
There's usually a musical number.
Well, maybe the
press
feedback
the
was
mic.
don't do the musical numbers anymore. And he's like,
I would like to have seen him sing a variety of Westlife classics at the end there, but you can't always get what you want.
Right.
That so? What come after that? I can't remember.
After that, it was Day of the Devs, which is normally a really big highlight and a good sort of palate cleanser after whatever Keighley's just knocked out for 2.5 hours. So only Matt and I stayed on for this, and it was fine. I
said this at the time.
but,
The Day of the Devs is an indie thing, right? And it's where all the indie games get shown off. And it was opened by Tim Schafer. Is it Tim Schafer?
Yeah.
And there was part of me that was going, well, you're a Microsoft employee now. So, I mean, don't try and be king of the indies.
Indie cred out the window.
You've got the Windows 95 logo tattooed on you now. It's done. So I thought that was a bit weird, but you didn't seem that hyped up about what was announced? There wasn't anything major.
I mean, I'm just looking at the list now. So, Battle Vision Network. This is a new game from Cappy Games. And I'm really excited about this because it's basically a sort of reimagining.
He's just reached for the buzzer.
Really nervous now.
It's got
a little dog in it.
Networks. Fuck off. Fuck off. What does that even fucking mean? Fuck off.
So basically, a long time ago in the Nintendo DS days, Cappy Games did a game called Clash of Heroes, which was like a really cool. It's like a match 3 game, but it was like versus. It's like you had little armies on either side of the screen, and you were matching up the units to do different strategies. It was really, really good, and there's been nothing quite like it since. So they're sort of revisiting that, but it's like totally different setting and stuff. Looks really cool. Beyond that, there wasn't much that really blew my mind. Oh, Screenbound. So this is the one you've probably seen on Twitter, where basically it's like first person, you're moving around in a 3D environment, but you're holding like a little Game Boy in front of you, which is also showing a 2D representation of what you're doing. And you're sort of having to look around the Game Boy to see some stuff, but then you're also just looking at the Game Boy. So the other thing,
a migraine.
Oh, I love that game.
Inducing, but
yeah, but no, I think that's great. I'm really looking forward to that. It looks fantastic.
But oh no,
were there no games with animals in the Day of the Devs thing?
Mm-hmm. I think there's shitloads probably. I mean, most of them involve an animal too, but I'm not going to name any right now.
No, the game.
Do your own
game
research,
looks
Ellie.
Fantastic. What's it called, Sean?
Screenbound.
Screenbound. Yeah, I'm up for that. Mm-hmm. I'm up for that.
My favourite game was one called Building Relationships, where you play as PS1 style graphics.
They're running out of ideas. They're running out of ideas.
This one is totally unique because you play as a house. And it looks kind of like Katamari Damacy, but you're a house in like PS1 style graphics and you're wandering around and it's a relationship kind of game.
Building relationships.
Yeah, building relationships, yeah. So it's like house on house action. You can jump and dash exactly like a building, which is exciting. There's dating, there's fishing. It looks really interesting and weird. So I'm up for that.
Cool. There was also UFO 50. So this is by Derek Yu, who made Spelunky
and Gary
2.
F. and Francis O.
Simon Me.
And yeah, I just thought this was really cool. So basically, it's a collection of 50 games, right? Like, which they were keen to stress are not mini games, but it's the sort of the trick is it's like they're all these like 8-bit games, but they tell the story of like a specific publisher over like a set number of years. So they're like there's no like specific order you have to play the games in, but like as you play through them, you'll start to spot like certain trends or certain things happening in between, like across the games, and it sounds really interesting.
Like, "Fuck Gavin" written on the back of one.
That's where every game has a "fuck Gavin."
I like it.
Yeah.
There's a "fuck Gavin" in it. I love that. Okay.
That was
I think Tides of Tomorrow will interest you, Dave, because that's from the team behind Road 96.
Oh yeah.
So Tides of Tomorrow, really gorgeous, bright. Looks like a puzzle adventure potentially, but basically it's
Tides.
Tides of Tomorrow, it's called.
Tides of Tomorrow. Okay.
You're in kind of like an aquatic area, I'd say. So water everywhere. You're talking to loads of various people. It's really nice and stylized. There's ghosts around the place where I think you maybe trying to piece the story together, or maybe trying to help them. I'm not quite sure exactly what it's about fully, but it looks really gorgeous, really, really striking. Really, really vibrant yellows and blues. And I didn't play Road 96, but you loved it, didn't you, David?
Did you just say loads of yellows and blues?
Yeah, no, just look at the trailer. That's basically... Look at the trailer. It's basically... It's all that. That's 90% of what you see.
Yellows and blues. All right.
You liked Road 96, didn't you?
Yeah, that was great. I mean, I didn't finish it, but it was... it had some interesting ideas. Yeah. Okay. That the dev's done. We all want to get to Xbox. I know.
Next? Well, this one will be quick. Devolver... Direct, 1 a.m. Again, just me and Matt for this one. I mean, obviously, it's always a talking point. Like, what are Devolver going to do this year? They've really dialed it down now, haven't they, Matt? Like, it was a bit weird, but it wasn't as in your face as it has been previous years, which I think is probably the right move at this point.
Yeah, it was less outlandish. It's more like a kind of a Black Mirror style,
Yes.
dark sitcom where this dude was in a house. And anyway, it was
worth
subtle.
watching. But
Yeah, I mean, I didn't offend me. It was probably better. I mean, I liked all the Nina stuff, but once that kind of ran its course, I'm glad this new direction's going to come about. But game wise, it had a lot of stuff we'd always seen. Like Angerfoot and Talos Principle 2. There's a Cult of the Lamb co-op DLC that's coming.
In terms of new stuff, there was a trailer for a game called Tenjutsu, which looked amazing. Just like a really good sort of, so it's like top-down sort of melee combat game, but it's like, just sort of grabbing items, throwing them around. A bit Hotline Miami, but just, that looked really good fun. There was also a trailer for Possessors, which is another Heart Machine games. They're currently doing Hyper Light Breaker, which is, that's like an online sort of co-op action RPG, randomly generated, etc., etc. This looks like a much more straight sort of 2D Metroidvania thing.
Didn't they showed off that game that I cannot work out if it's going to be good or not, but the one where you're the director of a Love Island type
Crush
show.
House.
Oh yeah, the Crush House.
The Crush House.
I don't know what to make of this at all.
10 out of 10 game of the year sounds amazing.
Because they keep saying,
It does sound good.
Like they keep indicating, there's something bad happening actually, and there's something really bad, and you've got to solve a mystery, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like
I don't know.
So is it like a murder on Love Island or something?
I think that's what it's going to be. One of them gets
so
murdered, and you have to solve the murder.
It's got to be something beyond fit people fingering each other, which is basically just what Love Island
so, I mean,
is, isn't it? It's got to have
we
Does
another
it need
name.
to be anything more than that?
Yeah, sounds like that's enough.
Sounds
great.
That's as good as it gets in entertainment.
But so there's like 12 potential actors you can choose. You choose 4 of them, and you put them in this kind of this reality TV show, and then there's like it looks almost like Sims-like, where you can look at the details and the decorations of the place and making sure they've got enough. But clearly there's something else that's behind it all. But I thought that could be interesting, but we'll see. It's out on August 9th, so not far to wait really.
Cool. All right. Time for Xbox.
Time for Xbox.
Time for Xbox. Can I run us through Xbox?
Yeah, if you want.
I've got my notes for it.
Okay.
Ellie, are you ready to hear about the future of video game entertainment?
Just one sec. Sorry.
Now she's opening the curtains.
Screaming. But,
oh god, she's getting props.
Actually,
so well
I don't know what's going to happen now.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you think I wasn't being funny or anything? You carry on. You crack on.
All right.
Okay. Right. So
I'm listening. No, I'm listening.
we've got right. So we open. So this is right. I don't know what your expectations were like for the Xbox showing. Sean.
Not high at all.
No, we were doing the joke, weren't we? They're like, Xbox have got to have a good year this year, but we've been saying that for years, and it's always been okay. And obviously, in the wake of like recent studio closures and stuff, and we should be clear, we're not forgetting that stuff. That stuff is still shit. I don't know if you saw the interview with Phil Spencer, where he was like, "Yeah, it may be really sad doing that." It's like, yeah, all right, mate. I'm not really buying it anymore.
The sort of trust has gone a little bit, hasn't it? The way he's been acting this year. Okay, let's get to it. So they open with Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. That's a big hitter, isn't it? Okay, that's not doing it for Ellie there. It looked pretty good, didn't it? It looks all right.
It looks excellent. Yeah, so we had like the Call of Duty direct afterwards, and they went into much more detail. But it was a big thing for them to open with it. At first, I was like, was this a bit of a misstep? Like, we know Call of Duty, but I guess it's to say, look, we own this now. And look how good it looks. And that trailer looked good, but in the direct after, I'm not sure if we're going to talk about that. There's maybe not a lot for us to talk about, but I think it looked really exciting. Like, they're doing loads of changes with movement,
Omni-movement.
Modern movement,
That's what it's called
skidding,
now.
All sorts of knee slides.
Yep.
Omni-movement.
It does look really, really good, I think. But
It's a very funny story where Alan gets sick and ends up falling into a bush on the M3. Very, very funny.
That is classic Alan Titchmarsh, to be fair.
We should say for the podcast listeners that Ellie is reading an Alan Titchmarsh book.
Trial and Error.
Trial and
Is
Error,
that an
yeah.
autobiography? Yeah.
It's an autobiography. I bought it from a
looks
service
insane on the
station
cover.
charity bench for £1 last week. I've been reading it on my stream. It's marvellous. 2002 it was published, but it still feels very fresh.
Hasn't aged
Does he
today.
swear much in it?
Not once.
Oh, that really took me there. How did he get on with who was the other fellow he did it with? The guy with the big knob.
What?
Monty
Oh
Don.
yeah, Tommy
No,
Tommy, yeah. Does he?
You know
There
about
is a
Ground
whole
Force?
chapter about Ground Force, yeah.
and Charlie Dimmock.
How is
I
the
know
whole
someone who
book
used
not
to
about
work
Ground Force?
with Tommy, and Tommy told him that when he was an alcoholic, he drank 3 pints of Baileys a night, which I don't think Alan
Baileys?
Titchmarsh mentions in here, but it's something I've always admired. in a
Yeah,
funny
yeah,
way.
that's impressive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I could talk about Titchmarsh all night. He had
You're
his
right.
own.
I'll pay attention. Look, I'm paying
He
attention.
had his own talk show, didn't he, for a while, Titchmarsh? And it was just basically him getting people on and bollocking them. He used to have a go at them. It was really weird. It was really weird. I saw I don't know if it was the pilot or what, but it was just really.
That
Didn't he
wasn't
go on
Pebble Mill.
Didn't he do like an anti-video games rant once as well?
Oh, who hasn't? We've
'Cause
done
I
anti-video
remember it happened. I
games.
remember being like,
Yeah, we did
young
one
enough.
half an hour ago.
My whole stream is an anti-video games rant. Piece of shit.
That's the cool thing to do.
But I remember being young enough, being like, "Oh well, he must be an arsehole then. He doesn't like video games."
But that fucking theme tune was banging. Let's face it. Right.
Sorry,
Phil,
it's my fault. I've distracted us. Back to the
all right.
Xbox.
it's a welcome distraction. Don't worry about it. Phil comes out and he's wearing a Call of Duty t-shirt, which is not like what he usually wears. He usually has a wacky reference on.
Well,
there,
yeah,
doesn't
because
he?
normally his t-shirts, it's something that like enough people will be like, I get that, but I don't think everyone will.
Yeah.
But this
But
one,
no,
is
So this
Call
time
of
they're like,
Duty this
oh,
time.
will there be another
He's
Call of
sold out.
Duty game?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Ooh.
He made no reference to the recent games the closures or anything. He didn't. We thought he might come out and go, "We've had to make some tough decisions to push the." He didn't. He just acted like it didn't happen.
That's good.
And he was pushing gamepads again. He keeps he's really into his gamepads. So he keeps showing off new, different coloured. They're bringing out another one, aren't they? The Xbox.
I think I missed
their
this.
gamepads.
What was this?
It was a different colour gamepad, wasn't it?
What colour was
Is
it?
that
get
the
them in
whole,
all
that
colours
all
now.
they've got?
So yeah, and then he did that, and then he left.
Yeah. This is my life's work, and he held up, and it was a red one.
They said it couldn't
So-
be done.
So then we had Doom, and new Doom. I'm
Oh, this
kind of
looked
happy
great.
about new Doom. Yeah,
Medieval
it did look
Doom.
good.
Doom the
He's
Dark
got- he's-
Ages.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a shield now, and
Yeah.
he can chuck that shield.
And it's got, on the shield,
Stop laughing.
the shield
What are you
has
laughing
got
for?
spikes on it.
Oh,
It's got-
fucking hell.
Yeah. Ellie, this is true. There was a gun, right, where the ammo was skulls, and it grinds up the skull and spits out bits of the skull at the enemies. That is something that's legitimately.
But this is like that's
in
what
the
I
new
want
Doom.
Doom. I want Doom to sound like a 15-year-old came up with it.
Yeah.
Thought it was cool as fuck. Do you know what I mean? I'm all right with it.
Yeah. And then you can
Yes.
unleash Andrew Tate on the enemy, and he just walks around spouting so much bullshit that everyone dies of boredom.
Okay, so Doom looks alright. I mean, I was
Oh,
a
I
little
thought it
bit
was fantastic. It looked well good.
I thought
It was a
great.
brilliant
Yeah, but
trailer.
you didn't play Doom Eternal, man.
I didn't.
That was a big letdown.
But based on this
and I'm
trailer
just
alone, it
hoping they
looks
steer away from
looks
that.
metal as fuck, mate.
State of Decay 2 trailer. Was
3?
State of Decay
3.
2's still happening.
Three,
Okay,
still
three.
free.
State of Decay 3 trailer. They showed the sequel.
Yeah, 2
as
halfway,
well.
yeah.
Oh, I just wrote the number down wrong. Okay, that's a game that's coming out. Matt, you were the only one that really gave a shit about. State
Well, no,
of Decay.
mostly
I
because-
didn't mind.
Yeah, mostly because I didn't think we actually seen anything. Obviously, we've heard loads of layoffs, and I think the founder left, and I was like, oh, will we even see this, or when will we see it? So the fact to turn up alone was a nice surprise. I mean, there is a decent trailer. There was bits which looked like it was gameplay, probably wasn't gameplay, but certainly made out to be gameplay like. Yeah, and the first one I liked, didn't play as much as I'd like because it felt quite janky. But the concept of starting up your settlements and then going out to scavenge for supplies to build up your settlements to deal with the zombies easier and whatnot, that sounds great. And if they really expand upon that, make it a much bigger, lengthier experience, and they fix a lot of the issues we had with it before, this could be a fantastic game. So really happy to see it. Looked great. And this is like the first big surprise. Oh shit, we're actually going to start seeing a game that
think
we
that,
they announced
your
years
eyes.
ago.
There's a bit of a theme of, oh, I didn't know this was going to be here this year, sort of.
Yeah, there was a bit of a rolling theme with that. Zombie survival game, Ellie, where are you sitting with that? Does that get the buzzer, or are you getting them at Xbox?
Sorry, are you still talking? I was zoned out. You're still talking about Xbox.
Okay.
No, fine, whatever.
Where'd you sit with
Have we
High
actually explained?
Fantasy?
So, Ellie, you don't have an Xbox, do you?
I don't currently. I have owned an Xbox. I did have an Xbox 360, which I will admit.
Oh, well, that's relevant for a little bit later.
Quite good. I liked Pac-Man Championship Edition. That was amazing.
Oh,
I
isn't
paid
that
so
just
much.
a
I don't know
yellow
why I've
Sonic?
got a blister because the fucking controllers are so shit with the little knobbles on.
Ellie, you might actually like something that was announced at this thing. Then, so okay, all right. Stay tuned.
Okay. Oh, I'm
we might draw
excited
you
now.
back
Strap
to
in.
Xbox. You might become next time you're on. You might have Xbox clothing on. What about
I
that?
mean, I mainly used it for that. I played quite a lot of Uno, but then I started getting online abuse playing Uno. And then I
problem
got
was
the
they
Red Ring
added
of
the
Death.
camera
But
to
I
it.
did the towel trick, and it actually worked. So that
What
I was
in
like, this-
Uno?
Got stopped you getting abused by breaking your Xbox.
You put a towel over the camera and then that's it.
That's
Fine.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely the towel trick.
But
for
I
that
do
game.
have a soft spot for any piece of technology you can fix by wrapping it in towels. So that was the highlight of my Xbox journey. And I just thought, well, we've peaked. So I didn't bother getting the next one.
Holy shit! Yeah, there is something that they announced today that I think you're going to enjoy. But we'll get to that. And we'll go. Where do you sit on high fantasy? Do you like dragons and dwarves and goblins and you can't fit into
Feel like you're misselling it a little bit, Dave. But
No, that's for children. Fuck off.
Okay, good. Dragon Age trailer.
yeah.
Came out, didn't it?
Bit of a weird trailer, makes it look like a hero shooter. But
Yeah.
they've since, so tomorrow as we're recording this, they're doing like a 15-minute sort of gameplay reveal, and they've put a tiny clip of it on Twitter, and it actually looks amazing. So yeah, I'm excited
It
about
was
this.
way funnier than I thought. I didn't know there was comedy
Yes.
in Dragon Age. I thought it was all going to be real
Yeah,
long words and that.
I mean, there wasn't loads of comedy in the previous ones. They were just sort of naturally, occasionally funny. There certainly weren't comedies by any stretch. But no, this is exciting just because if it's good, maybe BioWare are back and everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I just
we'll
wanted
see.
them to do Mass Effect forever, though. So
Well, there is that. But then if
they
this does
fuck that
well, then it'll be like, right, good, you can have loads of money for Mass Effect now as well.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Probably.
All right, let's make this a success, everyone. Go out and buy it.
Yeah.
Starfield Shattered Space trailer. This is DLC for Starfield, a game that none of us liked.
Matt
so-
did. He loved it for the 2 hours he played.
Oh yeah, Matt did his
5
thing where he
hours.
said, "Oh, I can't hate anything, so I've got to say positive things about it," and had nothing positive to say about the game. It was ridiculous.
No, not much. But yeah, this is expansion. We still don't know where it's out, although it's out this year. Also a theme of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know they also released like a big update on the day or day after with other bits. Now mods are in Starfield and whatnot. But yeah, this is the next big thing for Starfield. So we'll see what that does to the player base or makes anyone
Well,
come back to it. No doubt we'll have like people saying, "Oh, it's great now. Get
I'm
involved."
going to rattle a few things because I think it was a really good start to the conference. Then it sort of dipped a little bit here because they were just focusing on stuff that we already knew or that wasn't really our sort of bag. So we had there was a Fallout 76 trailer. I think that was just in there because the Fallout TV series did so well, and they were like, we have to remind people that there's a Fallout game on our console.
And the expansion's coming.
Yeah, we had a world premiere of Expedition 33, which was a turn-based RPG. Zero interest in that
this looked
genre.
cool.
I know, yeah, people like it, Simon, but I'm not one of them. South of Midnight, actually, that was a highlight. It looked like an action adventure game where everything was sort of stop motion. Characters look wicked. That had a fox in it, didn't it?
I had a giant
fox?
talking fish that you ride around
Yeah,
on.
giant catfish.
Oh, there's where do you sit on fish? Is that an animal? Is fish
That
an
sounds
animal?
quite
Fish
good,
is
yeah.
fish is an animal. Yeah.
Fish is an animal.
Fish is
Riding
an
a
animal.
fish, that is a game I would play.
Well, unfortunately, this one's called South of Midnight, but Riding
That's
a
a
Fish
shit
would have
name.
been a better. It is a shit name. Hopefully,
You can't
there's
even
still
be
time for
south
them
of
to
midnight. It
change
doesn't
that.
make any sense.
Doesn't
But
make
you can
any
ride a
sense.
fish, so
You can ride on a giant
They
definitely
fish.
should have
ride
called
that
it
fish.
6 to Midnight, and that would have implied
Exactly.
it's an erotic fish riding simulator.
yeah,
South
or your
of-
place or
Enjoyed that.
mine.
South of, like a place, Slough or something. Do you know what I mean?
South of Slough.
Yeah.
Isn't that Staines?
No, that's the Airbnb
That's where
we're
the
in.
game's set.
The weird thing about this is that so they showed off, and then the cinematic we were watching, that was kind of it was stop motion, but had like less frames. Then it felt a bit framey, but in like a stylized way. But then when you got to gameplay, it was smooth. So maybe that's just for like the
So
Yeah,
it's
maybe
just the
just
characters
the
are animating in twos, as they say
Yeah.
in the bits.
It's gorgeous. It looks really interesting. It's
Yep.
exactly the sort of game that Xbox needs right now. Something new, fresh, and something.
Did
to
anyone
look
get on
forward
with
to.
We Happy Few? Because that was obviously their
I
previous
don't think
game.
anyone did they?
No, We Happy Few was absolute disgrace of a video game.
Well, same team,
yeah.
so well done. to them.
Okay, well, their new game looks good, so hopefully they've learnt their lesson.
Mm-hmm.
If you're listening, welcome to good
We
games.
like you now.
Yeah, World of Warcraft, War Within, PC only, right? So who gives a shit.
Yeah, because
Snakey-
they started showing World of Warcraft stuff, and everyone's like, "Oh fuck, is this it? Is it coming to consoles now because Microsoft own them?" No, it's just new expansion.
Were any of
PC.
us World of Warcraft players? Because I tried
No.
it once.
I played it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
played it for a
same.
bit.
Back in the day, I've never told you this. I used to live. So this was in my first year at uni, and one of our housemates used to just like torrent stuff all day.
That's illegal.
Sounds
it is
like
illegal,
students,
very-
mate.
Super illegal.
Sounds like students.
So then
That
I
boy
used
watching
to-
Countdown in the afternoon with a wacky, probably.
and basically
Makes
used to
me
make the
sick.
internet completely unusable, and I couldn't play World of Warcraft. So I would wait until she went to sleep, and then I would block her computer from the router settings, and then I'd play World of Warcraft till 4
Yeah,
a.m.
that's showing
You
up.
romantic.
Great days.
She never did see those last 3 series of Dawson's Creek. You absolute bastard.
Yeah.
How many girlfriends did you have in uni, Sean?
Just the one I'm married to now.
That's it.
Oh,
What-
well, that's shown me, isn't it? Well,
Yeah,
you've
you
shown
do
me
you
up
want
there,
to say sorry
haven't
now, David? Or
you? Yeah, I do. I apologise for that. Snake Eater remaster was the next game announced. Well, we knew this was coming, didn't we? And it's. I don't like Metal Gear Solid games. I think I've come to terms with that. But even I
That's
watched
fine.
this trailer and went, maybe I do. I know I don't because I'll load it up and I'll walk out of a hedge and they'll shoot me and I'm dead and I'm like, well, fuck this then. So that's usually how it goes with Kojima games with me. But that's coming to your Xbox.
yeah,
at
that
some
looks
point.
amazing. Snake Eater. Well, yeah, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Yeah, like this is the one that everyone says in Metal Gear Solid 3. A lot of people's favorite Metal Gear Solid game. Really pumped for this. Looks amazing. Cannot wait. Day one for me. Yeah. Still no release date as well. I don't even know. Oh, yeah. So is that also this year? Or I'm going to
I have
assume
no
they...
idea.
Okay, so that one has no
Yeah, I
release
don't
date
know.
at all,
I've
not
got
even
it.
a year.
I've got
But yeah, all over that. Cannot wait.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves Season 3. There's more Sea of Thieves coming. Did that actually show
Season
you?
Season
13.
13.
Did I say Season 3?
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's been out
I
for
think you
a long
said
time,
C of
hasn't it?
E, that there was a Church of England game coming. So that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Season 3 of Christianity drops.
You
The
were
explosive.
back.
The explosive. I'm bad, yo.
smash the chocolate eggs and.
Let's not get political.
See if you were done with Sea of Thieves, right? Are you going to go back to it for
I
season
wouldn't say
13? Or?
Done with it. Just there's not been any appetite for it among the people I normally play with. But yeah, it's certainly been long enough that I imagine I'd go back now and there'd be tons of new shit. So I'm intrigued. But then the whole thing about this is, you can be a villain now. Almost as if they've never actually seen the way most people play the fucking game. So I think it's that sort of being woven into the story now. There's like choices you're going to be able to make.
You can be a wanker.
Yeah. Ellie, have you ever sailed in the high seas?
I drove a boat in Antarctica in January. Is that what you mean? Or do you mean
All right.
have I played the video game?
Bloody hell.
Show off. Bloody, I just wanted to see if you
You
played the
asked,
children's
you
computer
asked.
game.
You asked, what, why be humble?
Ellie,
Why
my
be
family are
humble?
watching.
I've
Like, can
driven
you
a
not?
boat in Antarctica. Why would I hide that light
Was
under
it
a
good?
bushel?
Did you do it again?
Driving the boat was
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Was
It's
it?
brilliant.
Well, when you're in the middle of the Antarctic, you don't see anything, do you? So you're just kind of like, where do I go? I can go anywhere and nothing happens.
Well,
Not it.
I mean, when I say
I'm sorry to
drove the
shit on
boat-
your story, but you just look at. Oh, I drove it left a bit.
Yeah, it
to
went through
west.
some
There's
ice,
more
done.
sea.
Actually, I'll tell you, so it's actually it's a little joystick. It's just like a video game. It's just like a
Okay.
little joystick, and the captain let me like go like that, just move it like that, and then I moved it back.
What are we talking about? A joystick here?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, come on, Matt.
What?
Right,
is-
okay, right.
Come
That's
on,
embarrassing.
Come on.
Fox and the Lady action game is what I've got written down here. Flintlock.
Oh, Flintlock. The Siege of
What
Dawn.
is it? Sage of Dawn.
According
It
to
had a-
Eurogamer, it's a Souls-like where you'll be hunting down and killing gods
Oh, that's right.
with the help
that's
of a
right.
little fox.
This looked really nice. Graphically. Oh,
Oh,
you said you like animals,
gone off the
Ellie.
animals.
I don't like Souls games because they're too easy.
Yeah, that's the complaint, isn't it? Most people lodge against them. So you know,
Complete the first go every time is just boring. It's like having a job. I don't like it.
That's the point.
yeah, give me some
And
challenges,
then
all right?
I think this is where it started to take off a little bit. Like suddenly, I think this went from a hey, there's some good games here, it's all right, to holy shit, they're actually doing something now. So we saw a Perfect Dark gameplay trailer, and no one was expecting that. No one.
Because it
And
was
I
only it was only about a month ago where we were, there was the reports that it was Fox basically, right? There was rumors coming out the studio that like it's directionless, no one knows what to do with it, it's in absolute hell, and then this happened, and
right, and I mean, I say gameplay very loosely because it could very well be, highly scripted and rendered and a target trailer. We weren't given any indication of a release, but even as a sort of a tonal presentation, it looked fucking great, didn't it?
yeah, like it very clearly put to bed the idea that they don't know what the game is, right? Like
No.
clearly there's a vision for it. I think that's the
There was a
reassuring
bit
thing
where
about
you
this.
zoomed in with a microphone to someone and recorded their voice and used it as a voice activation thing to open a door, all that sort of. I'm well up for this.
Yeah,
if they nail it, I'm going to be so happy. Perfect Dark. Perfect fucking Dark.
Yeah, the trailer looked bloody brilliant, from like parkour to the combat to the sci-fi stuff to the gadget stuff. It looked gorgeous graphically. Could have some really interesting ideas with how to using gadgets to get around and to sneak into places or to bypass security, get involved in conversations. It looked like everything I would want from a Perfect Dark game. So yeah, really, really excited. And yeah, the fact that we didn't expect this at all and heard about development hell and all the changes and stuff at the studio is like, wow, they absolutely did it. Great trailer. So excited for this.
Yeah, fingers
man.
crossed it lives up to
Oh,
it.
I'm going to
Really.
go and watch that. It sounds good. It sounds like a strong
Yeah.
7.
It is a strong 7.
This might go 8,
Dial-
I reckon 8.
Dial 4 was next. I don't even know what Dial 4 was.
Diablo
Diablo
4.
4.
Fucking hell.
Oh, okay. I just wrote it down wrong. People like Diablo, don't they? They like that one.
This was weird, wasn't it? They do like Diablo a lot. So this was there was a release date
Dial
for the
4.
new expansion on the 8th of October, but it was a CGI trailer. Now Diablo has very good CGI trailers, and this was certainly very well made, but it was fucking horrible.
What, gruesome, do you mean?
Yeah, it was
there's
a bit dark.
Well,
wasn't
if you watch our stream, it's really weird because there's a bit where a woman gets her arms all split open, and I'm the only one that reacts to it. I think the others had stopped watching.
Yeah.
Because I'm there going like, oh,
I had.
fucking hell, and they're all just like,
Either that or they're just having a quiet moment to themselves.
Yeah. Hands where I
Yeah.
can see him.
so yeah, it was a good bit of trailer.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really incredibly impressive cinematic. But
Yeah.
I guess if you're not playing Diablo, you might.
This is three people that's not into Diablo trying to not upset Diablo fans at the moment.
It did make me think like now that it's on Game Pass, I should really give it a proper go. But we'll see if I do or not.
We will see. Then we saw Fable. Fable is coming, and Fable looks amazing.
So like Fable with another funny trailer, with a voice that we know. Everyone's like, oh fucking hell! Everyone in the chat was doing super hands jokes about crack and stuff. It was great.
Super Hands was narrating this trailer, and also Joe said that I showed it to Joe. I don't know why she's got no interest in video games.
Oh no,
think it
I
was
thought
because
about
look
showing
how
this to
British
New.
this
I've
is.
just not had a chance yet.
She said that the Welsh voice actor in it was Stacey from Gavin and Stacey.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying, yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I think so, maybe. But she's really good at picking stuff like that out. So it looks great, right?
Well, and
This is
there was
gonna be a
actual
good
gameplay
one.
as well, right? Well, not.
Yes.
I mean, it was
Very
sort of
brief.
just walking through environments, but it looked stunning. I thought.
Yeah, I am up for Fable, and if they get it right, especially with the voice cast, yeah, I'm excited to see how that one turns out. And this trailer really, by this point, we're going, what the fuck is going on here? Are Xbox back? I think they might be back.
Once again, like we would we see any Fable? Not only to see it, it looked amazing and really, really impressive. So after like Perfect Dark and now this, like Jesus Christ, they're actually doing it. They're bringing back. They're doing the things that we thought they probably wouldn't be doing. They're doing it.
If I owned a PlayStation hoodie and hat, I'd probably take it back and get it exchanged for Xbox ones.
Yeah,
You
burn
could,
it in front
couldn't
garden.
But isn't it just though? Like, look, I mean, I'm aware I am wearing a PlayStation outfit, but is it not just a bit like cool? Is it 2007? What's what's going on? It doesn't feel like it's really fresh, cutting edge, contemporary ideas. Like, I'm not a massive fan of Horizon either, but at least it's like a new idea, isn't it?
I think that South of Midnight was the game that you went, oh, okay, they're trying something new, and that was a
Sexy Fish
Microsoft
game.
Studio.
The
Sexy
big
Fish
Sexy
game.
Catfish, yeah.
That was so we had seen new stuff.
Okay,
And I think that sort of helped with this. But it was also, we all thought all this stuff was dead. And all of a sudden they're showing it and it's showing well. And it was quite surprising. And there's more as well. So we had 3 world premieres in a row. Fragpunk, which is probably the worst name for a game in all of the ones that we've spoken about.
Yeah. Looked good, though. I mean, it's
hero shooter with mod cards. It looks really good.
Yeah, and the mod cards were really weird, weren't they? So there's things like you throw a card onto the ground and like all fucking grass and plants would just grow out in the environment so no one could see it.
My favourite was you can throw one of your mod cards and it made the enemies' heads massive, like in those old N64 games. So you could just get headshots really easy and stuff like that.
That's cool.
I just wish it had a different title, really. Winterborough. Yeah, this was
weird.
It is a weird. It's about a mouse, was it?
It's about a little mouse just surviving.
Why was it weird?
Well, it was weird for me because I'm a big fan of Mouse Guard graphic novels, and I was like, oh shit, it's a Mouse Guard game, and it's not. It's just the exact same thing, but it's not a Mouse Guard game. I mean, it looked fine. It was just a bit unfair that it came off the back of, Diablo, Fable, and then Fragpunk, and then it was like, here's a little game about a little 2D mouse.
Yeah. But it was followed up by Mixtape, which was probably my game of the show.
Yeah.
I don't know if you... Ellie, have you ever heard of a game called The Artful Escape?
No.
It's a game where you don't... It's like a side-scrolling platform game where you're not actually being challenged to do anything. There's just... You just control this guy who was a nephew of a famous folk singer, but actually he wants to play prog rock. So he goes into a wardrobe into space, and you just run from left to right, playing a guitar whenever you want, and just watching how fucked up the visuals are. Like, it's incredible.
It's really good. It tells a really good story about sort of finding yourself, but through creating a sort of fictional persona for yourself. It's really interesting. Really, really good.
It had a lot to say. It's great. If you get the chance to play it, it's brilliant. But you don't do much. You literally just hold right and press a button every now and then to play guitar.
Well, I was a big fan of Vib Ribbon, which was on the PlayStation. It's exclusive to the PlayStation. So that sounds like that. And I really like that. So it's good.
Yeah. Did you put other songs in it? In Vib Ribbon, you could crack open the thing and then change it.
It was very good. It was about the time when the Steps album Steptacular came out. It was their second album, and they are, of course, the greatest band of all time. So I spent a lot of time just playing through the entire Steptacular album.
Good. You might like this, but the follow-up, which isn't, it's not. It's the same dev. Right, what's his name? I can't remember his name.
His name ever. I don't think it's his real name, but he goes by Johnny Galvatron.
which is amazing.
Was
Johnny
it
Galvatron's-
Beethoven and Dinosaur? That's the dev team.
Yeah, new game, mixtape. It's an 80s style coming of age, 80s, 90s?
90s, I think. There's
uses
CD
CDs,
players in
right?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, CD players were available in the 80s. That's just for
Only
very
if you
rich
were
people.
rich.
You can still
Yeah,
find it.
and it's a coming of age sort of tale where it does the whole in a world, that sort of trailer. I loved it. I love the tone of it. I love the visuals. I love the art style, and it does look very Artful Escape. Like there are moments where it's like it could be directly ripped from Artful Escape with a new art style. I am so excited for this. It hit all the right nostalgia buttons, and I am. This game is getting played day one. I'm really
It's one of those, like, it does hit nostalgia buttons, but like for things that you never actually did. Do you know what I mean?
Oh god, yeah, no, because this
It's
like
like-
so. Yeah, it describes middle America teen life, right? And of course, I never lived that, but I watched a lot of fucking actors in films
yeah.
and shit at the time.
Yeah.
What genre is it? What's the concept?
We don't
It wasn't
really know.
entirely clear, was it?
It's like a teen drama game, basically, set in Northern California.
But in terms of your interactions with it, it wasn't really clear.
There was a
Yeah,
side-scrolling
what
bit. There was a bit where you were following a shopping trolley down a hill. There's a bit where you're driving a car and fireworks are going off. It didn't seem to be consistent with what it wanted to do. But I've got very high hopes for
But
that
the fact
game.
it's got like your Joy Division, Smashing Pumpkins, Iggy Pop, all that kind of stuff in it, it's awesome.
Exciting. Flight Sim 24 came after that, which was a bit of a bump down to earth. But you could fly around your house again, aren't you, in different things? And there was missions.
Yeah,
Wasn't
they
there,
talked a lot about there being different types of missions. You can be one of those planes that scoops the water up and then drops it on a fire.
Elder
Ellie
Scrolls
famously
Online
loves
was
fires.
Elder Scrolls Online next. I've never really been into Elder Scrolls Online, but they wanted to show that off. Then we got a new Life is Strange game. Were you referenced Life is Strange earlier? Did you play Life is Strange, Ellie?
It's not for me. But
Oh my God, we
people
fucking
like
love
it,
that
don't they?
series.
Yeah,
What
we
is
love
it
it.
with the guests we bring on the show? It's like you, Ian Lee, everyone seems. I mean, maybe everyone actually hates Life is
Yeah,
Strange.
it is just us that likes that game. But Max is back, and we all punch the air.
Max is
what it
back,
called?
Ellie. No?
Double exposure.
Sorry, again, I've just drifted off. Sorry.
Okay, if you missed it, Max is back.
I've seen a lot of people saying
Max
like,
Payne?
it
Yes.
feels a bit desperate that they've brought Max back. I'm all right with it. It's been a long
I
time since the
couldn't give a
first Life
shit. I
is
just want
Strange.
to play more Life is Strange. Actually, to be fair.
don't really mind.
Machine Games was next, and we got to see Indiana Jones again. It was a long cutscene, and it looked pretty good. I just fucking hate it when a trailer for a video game that you're probably going to play is just a long cutscene from the game.
I'll
Because
enjoy
I'm kind of
watching
like-
that again in its entirety.
Yeah. When I'm playing that part of the game, I'm going to go, oh, it's that bit from that thing. So Indiana Jones is another character.
But
that's
it
coming
looked
to
fantastic.
Xbox.
I mean, had all the right vibes of Indiana Jones. Yes, it might just be like a cutscene from the game, but it looked great. I'm still really, really interested in that. Another 2024 game they had confirmed at the previous developer direct, but we still don't have a release date, and we're halfway through the year. So I guess this is the way now, but it's just a little bit. If the one disappointment from this whole thing is that there wasn't a lot of nailed down release dates, especially for games that we know are out in the next 6 months. But this game looked fantastic. I'm really excited for this.
Right. Mech game. Another Souls-like game called.
Well, we already saw
another
this at
Souls.
Summer Games Fest, so
Did you?
it was a bit,
Yeah,
like,
well,
oh,
okay.
it's this again.
Souls-like game, Ellie, called Wu Hang. Wu Hang, is it?
Wu Chang.
Wu Chang.
Wu Chang. Fallen Feathers.
Yeah, move on.
Avowed is coming 2024.
I mean, this was a much better trailer than the last sort of
It
bit of
looked way
gameplay
better here than
we
it did
saw.
previously. Yeah.
Yeah. Still no actual date. Apparently, someone leaked that it's going to be out in November.
Yeah, November 12th,
And
I
then-
think. It's like their
yeah.
blog post said that, and then they
That's
quickly
right.
deleted that from the
Yeah.
blog post.
Oh,
So
really?
November 12th.
But
For
they're
Avowed.
saying definitely this year. They just officially haven't given a date.
November 12th is this year. There's
It's
a
every year, in
world
fact.
premiere.
It's
Rebellion. an Atomfall. What Atomfall? Bioshocky sort of ground. What the fuck have I written here?
I don't know. The
So
game's called
I was
Atomfall. It's
very-
by Rebellion.
Yes,
This looked really
It-
cool. This was like a weird. So it started out a little bit. Everybody's gone to the Rapture, actually. But then
Oh, it did. That's right. Yeah, it was set in like some British country town, wasn't it?
Yeah, but then also there was robots and also some sort of occult stuff going on. It was very odd. Worth just watching the trailer, to be
Like a
honest.
sort of Wicker Man-y thing.
Yeah.
There
That
was
sounds good.
someone shouted Wicker Man. I
Yeah.
think it was James while we were watching it. Yeah, yeah. It looked pretty good. That was another game. That was so Rebellion. Remind me, Rebellion are what are they famous for?
Sniper Elite, Zombie Army.
Right. So this is probably coming to PS5 then, is it?
Don't know. They didn't
Don't
say.
know. Eurogamer just says
alright.
PC and Xbox. One would assume it would be multi-platform for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
It's on
So
Game Pass day
we're
one.
getting near the
Oh
end.
yeah.
We're
So yeah.
getting near the end.
Xbox Series X and X, Xbox One, PS5, PS4, and PC.
Right, okay, so it's coming out and everything. Assassin's Creed, that's obviously coming out. And Assassin's Creed Shadows, I don't know if you're a fan, Ellie. We're not. We've never been into Assassin's Creed.
Don't you like Assassin's Creed?
No.
Okay, cool. As a professional video games journalist, as we're just going back to what we were talking about earlier about Jeff Keighley and all that. I have a real soft spot because Valhalla was the first game I played on Twitch, and I played it in the lockdown, and I played it for 97 fucking hours. So
Wow.
now I feel like I'm I spent so much time with it. It feels like a person in my life. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like,
Yeah, like an
it
ex.
feels like I have a relationship with it. I'll definitely play that, and I think it looks great. I think it looks really good, and I
Our
like that.
relationship with Assassin's Creed is getting abuse over our feedback form because we don't talk about Assassin's Creed.
I liked the one with the pirates in, and that's it.
Yeah. Black Flag.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, once again, this looked great. I will probably not play it, and the fact, it's set in Japan, it looked awesome, but I just,
Yeah.
I don't know, I haven't really got it.
What
in
don't
me.
still
you
can't
like
quite-
about it?
I just don't like it. There's the Black Flag one had the
Yeah.
worst twist I've ever seen in a game, where
was
I
the
met
twist?
one of the pirates, and it was a girl, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
girl
And that's a twist?
joined your crew, and the girl joined your crew, and then you're going around and you're doing stuff, and then at one point the girl takes her bandana off, and her hair comes out, and she goes, "I'm a girl," and I go, "Yeah,"
Yeah.
and that was the twist. I went,
Yeah,
"Really?"
I mean because that's like there were female pirates that did that, but yeah, it's not especially.
were you there?
It's not especially.
Yeah, they all
Were
did the
you-
bandana
were you
thing.
The one on the, Sean, were you the one on the ship going, no fucking way?
What? I never knew
You know
that.
what?
I never knew that. Yeah, no, it wasn't especially well done in the game. It's pretty
Yeah, that
pretty
wasn't- it
obvious.
wasn't.
That's why she was going to the women's toilets on the boat.
Because wasn't it? Because what I think. Because what's especially funny about it is that like Edward sort of implies before he finds out that she's a girl. He said something like, "Oh, he has a way of giving me pause that I can't quite figure out." I.e., like, "Oh, he's making my heart go." It's because he's a girl, right? That's all right.
so-
But
then.
I'm confused. I'm not gay.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know, the most really looking at the camera to all the Assassin's Creed fans
To
to let
you,
them know.
who's a man,
Yeah.
and I'm a man.
So
It
it's,
sounds
yeah, a
like they
little bit-
watch too
little bit
much. Have you seen Black Sails?
I haven't. No, I do
No.
really want to
it's,
though.
it's brilliant. It's one of my favourite TV shows of all time, and it's pirates, but all sexy and that. But there's gay pirates and black pirates and women pirates and but everybody's fucking having it off all the time. It's brilliant.
Have you
highly
seen
recommend
The
it.
Lost Pirate Kingdom?
No, I haven't.
It's a documentary
Ooh.
on Netflix. It's actually really good, but interspersed with like the most low budget dramatizations of pirate stuff you've ever seen, including
What, like ship pornography? That sounds
Blackbeard
amazing.
injecting his dick with mercury. So,
That
give it a
sounds
watch.
good,
It's
actually.
It's a good show.
Is that something to
Fantastic.
go
I mean-
up when you get into hot climate? Is that the idea?
No, it's because he
Why
had.
did he do that?
What was it? He had syphilis. Is it syphilis that eventually drives you mad? That's what he had. That's the one he had.
And mercury cures it. does
Apparently,
it?
mercury. Well, it didn't cure it in his case, sadly.
So that's what they give you in boots.
Yeah. There you go. Fire this up
Big
the old.
syringe.
Yeah.
Okay,
What are we talking about?
Stalker 2.
Assassin's
two.
You
Creed.
didn't see Cotton Mercury, Sean.
Stalker 2 is coming September 5th. It had a really good trailer.
Yes, it did.
But we don't really know to go into that because shortly after that, we had 2 more announcements. We had the hardware segment. There is new Xbox hardware coming, Ellie, and maybe this is where you want to jump in. This is your opportunity to join the world of Xbox. And one of these, I think, especially you're going to be excited for. So we had.
Does it come with a free towel so that when it goes wrong, you're all set, ready to fix it?
Yeah, you can have it. Well, actually, that might be a good accessory for one of these. First one was the discless Series X. So
Discless.
that's okay.
Sexy.
Discless. So there was free Xbox Series that they announced, right? The Series X discless.
Yes.
What was the next one? What was
There
the
was
middle one? I
there was
remember
a
the
2
last one.
terabyte.
Yeah, that was the last one. The 2 terabyte Xbox Series. What was the middle one?
Does that have? Is that disc full?
That
Or is
has
it-
a disc. Yeah, that's full of
It's
disc.
got a disc.
You can't move the
Shit
disc with that
ton of
one.
storage space. What was the middle one?
That's got 4 disc drives.
Well, yeah, it's a Series S with extra storage.
Okay, a Series S with extra storage.
Didn't we already have a Series S with extra storage?
We did. I
Yeah,
don't
we
think
had the
that's
black
what the middle
one, which had a
was.
terabyte.
Right,
Right.
and this is a white one with a terabyte.
It's a white one with extra.
But it's got a red controller.
Yeah, it has got a red controller,
Great
and they
innovation.
announced that at the start. But this is the most
Robot
exciting
white.
thing.
There you go.
Well, I don't know if it's exciting. I'm fascinated to know if this actually sells well. They announced the Xbox 360 Mini. So this is, like
Yeah.
what Nintendo had, but a mini version of it, obviously. But what's interesting about this is that it does connect to the internet, and if you've got Xbox Live, you can log in and play the preloaded games via Xbox Live, like in the old
But
days.
you can't
it's got
just
the blades.
You can't just access your library, which I thought was
No.
Right,
weird.
so
that
I
is
was thinking
confusing,
about.
but
I was
it
thinking
makes
about
sense.
this because I think if you were to log in and have access to your 360 library, the games that you bought on the 360, I think they would have to do deals with all of those games because technically it's new system, right?
Don't know.
Yeah, the licensing and it would just be
The licensing, I
that's
think.
complicating. That would be way too
I mean,
complicated.
it's going to
think.
get hacked anyway, so you guys.
Yeah,
Like,
but
people
then you
work
won't be
it
able to get on Xbox Live if it gets hacked. We all remember the Yoda box days.
So does it come with games installed on it? Already?
games pre-installed
Yeah.
in it, and there's some fucking great ones on there actually because they own half of the games that come out on it now. So you've got Call of Duty 2, which I think was just a nod to the original.
Yeah, the launch, wasn't it? Yeah.
Call of Duty 4, Black Ops, and Halo 3, ODST, Reach. Banjo-Kazooie
ODST's
nuts and
weird,
bolts.
but yeah, that one that was the one that when I was playing that, my save file corrupted, and I didn't bother going back to did my nutting.
ODST's multiplayer mode was just Halo 3's multiplayer mode, so I'm guessing that's why that was chosen. Viva Pinata, Ellie, it's got Pac-Man Championship Edition on it, and Uno.
Ooh, no.
So they've gone for the ones that the 360 was known for, right?
What if
So
you
Yeah,
put the
this
camera
is
in?
like a greatest hits, isn't it?
there's no way you could put a camera in. I did like the little touch that you can take the hard drive off the top of it though. I did like
Yeah,
the
that's
fact that you can
nice.
unclip that hard drive, even though it's apparently it's not even a hard drive. It's just a bit of hollow.
Yeah, it's
plastic.
just there to fiddle with, but the fact you
And
can do it.
are they just erasing Connect from history, like how
Yes, there's no
Stalin
Kinect.
No
airbrushed
mention of
Trotsky out of photographs?
Yeah.
Is it like
No
that?
mention
He's
of
just
Kinect,
not talking
strangely.
about it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if the whole reason was to get rid of all the Connects that they've got in the warehouse? No, you get one free, but I don't want one. No, please take one.
Yeah, please take it off us. Yeah.
Project Gotham
How
Racing.
much is it?
That's pretty cool. So we don't know the UK price, but it's $200, which is more expensive than the Nintendo ones, isn't it?
That's
For an
a
extra
lot
50,
of
you can
money
get
to
a
play
Series S.
fucking Pac-Man, isn't it?
But the fact
Yeah.
it works on Xbox Live, it has more games than like a lot of those mini consoles, I think. But yeah, it is. Is it? Well, we haven't got the UK price. We also haven't got the UK price for the main consoles. And would you believe that the new 2 terabyte disc? It has a disc.
Discful.
It's the disc for Xbox Series X 2 terabyte is $599.
That's a lot.
They haven't confirmed
$599
UK price yet, but $599.
Yeah, and that is expensive.
Oh, mama!
Are you going to get a 360 mini, Matt?
This is the one I've been most tempted by because of the Xbox Live stuff, and I do like taking off the hard drive when nothing happens to it. I don't know. I mean, I've never been bothered by as many consoles at all, but like it's got all the classics. so maybe, probably not.
Just for Uno. But the problem is you could play these games on your Xbox One anyway, or your Series X or whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, but having a little mini 360 with a
yeah, I know.
it makes a sound and
tempting. It's got the blazer back, right? And then they ended with the world premiere of Gears of War E-Day, a new Gears of War game, where it's when it all kicks off. So Marcus and Dom are going to be in it, and they're going to be fighting the guys that come through the crust of the earth. And they included the Mad World theme tune in the trailer, because of course they did. And that was it. I thought that was a pretty amazing show.
Well, really let's get on that trailer. I thought that, amazing to have Gears of War back. I mean, I love Gears 5. Don't know how popular it really was, but this being a prequel, but so we get to find out what happens, on Emergence Day, rather than just it already having happened. I'm well up for new Gears. Marcus looked weird because in the trailer he took his finger off his head and he had hair. He just looked so much younger. I mean, I guess he was younger at that point.
I don't know what you're talking about, Matt. I think we look very young.
Matt, you've got to get over the hair thing. You've got to get over it. Stop focusing on hair.
But yeah, I thought the trailer was excellent, and I'm really, really pumped for a new Gears, and a prequel could be really, really good. Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited. I genuinely went into this thinking, what the fuck are Microsoft doing, and come out of it going, oh, they're actually doing stuff. This is great. And the stuff we thought were dead looks really good, and the stuff that's new looked really good. Xbox are back, baby. Yeah.
This was an incredible conference. The best they've done in recent memory, possibly ever. I don't know. Like, it's just get that PlayStation hoodie out of my sight. Yeah, it's just a great conference. It had games that they announced ages ago, and harking back to things like Fable, so giving some of that old Xbox feelings. The games look great, nice variety of AAA and some indies. It went along at a nice clip, and the only negative, if you can call it that, would be the lack of hard release dates for some of the games we know out this year. There was rumours.
Yeah, because usually Xbox are good at the whole like, here's a cool new thing, and it's out and it's on Game Pass, so off you go. And yeah, there was nothing like that. I mean, I think the closest thing to release was there was a couple of things.
But at least they said they're fucking doing something for a change. Like the past few ones, they've just not said anything, and then we've been going, well, what the fuck did you buy all those places for then?
Yeah, that was Flintlock. That's out like next month. I think that was like the soonest thing, apart from the Alan Wake. I mean, that was fucking. Sorry, that was Summer Game Fest. The whole weekend was a fucking blur.
But yeah, the fact we're actually finally maybe seeing some of the fruits of all the labours, all the studios they've got, this was really impressive. Yeah, so as well as the release dates, the other rumour was that we might potentially see a handheld. That wasn't shown. After this, there was an IGN interview with Ryan McCaffrey, I think his name is, from IGN, and Phil Spencer, and Phil Spencer basically alluded that essentially they're working on it. He's like, handheld would be great for Xbox. He said he wants to focus on, rather than it being a cloud device, he thinks it's really important to be able to play locally. That obviously implies that it'll be more on just a Portal device. So a handheld is coming.
Are they still working with Gizmondo on that? Do you remember that?
Wasn't mentioned.
Remember when Gizmondo released a load of concept art? It was just, and it had like, do you know this? And it had like the Xbox. You could probably Google it and still find it. Had like the Xbox logo. It's like a Gizmondo, but like with the Xbox.
I don't remember
logo.
that.
Yeah. I'm looking at it now.
It was just absolute rubbish.
Did you ever go to the shop?
That was.
Well, I was one of the first people to have a Gizmondo because I thought it was going to be the next big thing. I wrote an article. If you Google a horse named Gizmondo, because they had a racehorse called Gizmondo. It was this amazing thing, and I interviewed a lot of the people who were in it and stuff.
And didn't it turn out it was like a money laundering thing for the mafia or
the Swedish mafia? Yeah, and then there was like a car crash, and there was like a man called Dietrich who didn't exist. Like it was a whole a whole thing. So I did a
10 years ago. You wrote that. 10 years.
Was it 10 years? That's right, because I was trying to finish it, and I went into labour with my first child. And I remember ringing Ollie and going, I don't know if I'm going to hit the deadline. And he was like, are you having a baby? And I was like, yeah. It was good.
I don't care, get it written.
Yeah. I'd rather have like. Do you know what? I think they should have. Seriously, I think they should have done an Xbox 360 handheld. I think like mini handheld. That would have been really cute with a little screen. I would have been up for that, but I don't really need another box under my telly. That is just a smaller version of the box I've probably still got in my.
But it's mini.
It
is mini. Have we mentioned you can take the hard drive off? We mentioned that.
You could take
sorry.
it to a friend's house
take the little
if there's a
hard drive
party or something. You could,
Yeah.
Yeah, you could take it.
Yeah.
Take it out your pocket.
If it was a handheld, you could take it to one of his parties in the park that he enjoys so much.
Point, yeah.
Speaking of parties, I shan't be too rude about Xbox because they did used to throw a good party. Did I tell you that? Have I told you the Halo 2 launch party that I went to?
No.
What was that like?
It was brilliant. It was like a really big thing. It was in some club in London, and they had like proper like famous people there. Like Pharrell Williams was there, and one of the Girls Alouds. But they were all like behind like a velvet rope, so the game journalists couldn't touch them or breathe on them.
Hate those velvet ropes.
And it was brilliant. And then someone said to me, "Oh, do you know who that is? That's Richard Branson's son." And I was like, "Oh, amazing!" And then I went to the loo, and I came back and went up to the bar, and Richard Branson's son like came towards me, and I was like, "This is it. Here we go. He's going to ask me out, and then we're going to get married on Necker Island, and all my problems are going to be over."
Yeah.
And he went, "Hi," and I went, "Hi," and he went, "You've got toilet paper stuck to the bottom of your shoe." Thanks very much.
I know, babe.
That little mistake cost you millions.
Yeah, and he just turned and walked away, and he walked out of my life. But then we went outside for a fag because we used to smoke in those days because it was a different time. And me and my mates, and we got talking to this homeless bloke. He pounced a fag off us, and we were chatting to him, and he was like, "What's this? All this then?" And we were like, "Oh, it's video games, you know." And he's like, "Oh, is it free booze in there?" And we were like, "Yeah." And then we were like, just come in. So we like formed like a ring around him, like to shield him, and then we walked him back into the Halo 2 launch party with Pharrell Williams, and he went up to the bar and ordered 2 glasses of champagne.
Lovely. But then afterwards he's like, "Yeah, you know your toilet roll's still stuck on your shoe."
Yeah, exactly.
So you're really embarrassing everyone here.
Yes, but then we got married. Oh.
I still think my favourite celebrity at one of those things story is when I first met this isn't the celebrity, but when I first met Matthew Castle, we were at one of these game launch things, and we were just chatting, and then out of nowhere he went, "Oh look, it's Sophie Ellis Bextor." And I looked round, and it was, and he went, "She's always at these things." And it really made me laugh until I realised he wasn't making a joke, because every time I went to another one of those things, Sophie Ellis Bextor was there. I've got no idea why. It was just she was there. Maybe she wrote for Eurogamer at some point. That's the only.
Well, they paid people to go in those days. They paid Keisha from the Sugar Babes to go to one, and I was a big fan, so I had a nice chat with her. And they used to pay Ralph Little quite a lot, and Nintendo used to pay him. So it was always slightly random people. But yeah, I've only once been offered to go to a party for money, and it was like with Talk or something. Me and Helen got invited, and they were going to give us like quite a lot of money, and we were like, "Yeah, brilliant, we'll go." And it was at the top of the BT Tower, and then they rang us up the day before and we're like, "Oh, actually, we're not going to pay you." Basically, they got someone more famous to go, and they decided to give them the money. And they said, "We're not." I think it was like £500 or something. And they said, "We're not going to pay you to go, but you can still come to the party." And like part of us was like, "Fuck you! If you can't invite me and then not, whatever." And then part of me was like, "But it's free champagne at the top of the BT Tower."
Why were you paying me, actually, now that I think about it?
Yeah.
I'll pay you.
We went to the party. We were the first in the door pretty much, and then Stacey Solomon turned up, and we were like, "Oh right, that's where the money's gone." And then and then we refused to leave until we'd drunk £500 worth of champagne, just to make it even out.
How much have I spent so far?
And we were on the revolving thing, and we made friends with this waiter, and like he just kept, every time he sort of revolved round us, he'd just hand out the mini burgers, and we'd just take another 5. It was just fun.
What a night.
Yeah, it was amazing.
When we were invited to a launch of a game and they offered to pay for us to show up? Do you remember this? Yeah, this was in.
Was it? It was the top of the BT Tower, wasn't it?
No, no, it was in Westfield or something. They were showing. It was like it was Sonic and Mario in the Olympics, I think.
Oh,
and they said They said, we'll pay you £100. You show
I
up.
do remember this
And you can bring your son if he's like Sonic, and he can meet Sonic. And I was like, brilliant. So I took Harry along. I turned up where they told me to, and no one was there. Yep. And I called the number that they gave us, and no one picked up. So I sent an email saying, this is really weird. I showed up where you want. And they replied the next day going, oh yeah, sorry, we cut it short. It wasn't that popular. So here's your £100. And I was like, that's fine. But my son thought he was seeing Sonic.
Yeah.
It's just
gonna have to give him the £100 now. Just cheer him up.
100 quid spent on the outfit.
Yeah, there was weird.
Did your son just think you were a wild fantasist?
Yeah, he just thought I was full of shit, and he still does. He just thinks I'm full of shit.
So, Dad, there is no Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. They would never be in a game together.
And I tell you what, that's what we thought of Xbox's conference this year. It was a great way of summarising.
Yeah.
You know, right? It's getting late. Do we
really
really need to go into the
PC gaming show
afterwards?
There was a new Citizen Sleeper 2 trailer. Looks really good. Very excited. Yep. We sort of just showed off stuff we knew. So this time it's about, rather than you being stuck on a space station, you're going off on your own ship and you're going on adventures, and you've got a crew that you have to manage, and you pick who comes with you, and they've all got their own traits and history and personalities, etc. Looks really cool. There was also God help me out, Matt. What was it called? Sarah's game.
Yeah, Sarah's game. Yeah, hang on. That was. I'm just scrolling for the phone. Yeah, I can't remember.
Beg your pardon. What was that noise?
I'm just scrolling down on the. It's a racing game, wasn't it? Oh god,
it was a racing game.
I look good.
Oh fucking hell!
Oh, it was like
Death
Sonic
Sprint
Art.
66 is the one.
I kept thinking
like
Death
Sonic
Race,
Art.
but it wasn't Death Race.
Yeah.
Death Sprint 66. It kind of reminded me of Running Man, but only because you get to take people's arms off and heads off. But yeah, that looks excellent.
Yeah, looked really cool. And there was also Crescent County, which is a game where you're a witch who rides around on a broomstick, but also it sounds like a motorbike for reasons unknown. And you deliver packages, and it looked really cool and funny.
That sounds great.
I'm excited.
Good. Right. That was what was announced over the weekend. I'm sure there's stuff we've missed. I'm sorry if God, that took us long enough. I don't want to talk about any more games.
Yeah,
tonight is Ubisoft. Skip what we've been playing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we are absolutely skipping what we've been playing. Should we get to a few questions before we say goodbye?
Yeah. If you want to send us a question, go to tcgs.co/Dear TCGS. Maria Mendieta says, Dear TCGS could not be started. Well, I thank you for your concern. So we were worried last week because we didn't hear from Maria, and we normally hear from Maria every week.
Yeah.
And we were worried.
We do.
Well, I thank you for your concern. At the moment, there is no need to send out a search party with streamers or those colourful pointy hats. I did write in last week with some nonsense about using gloves to game, but it appears that the Google form did not consider it up to snuff and decided not to pass it along. Regardless, this week, I simply wanted to know what kind of game designers each of you would be. Would you sadistically make your players struggle? Would you bewilder them with nights into dreams-like levels? Or would you aim to make them lose themselves in an endless game loop? Keep up the always incredible work. Sincerely, Maria.
What sort of game designer? But just a drunk one. Just a drunk, handsome one. I'd be.
Yeah.
So like you're on level. You're on level.
Sorry, that's not what games designers do. They don't go.
Drunk
You're on
ones
level
do.
7.
Drunk ones do.
Right, yeah, no, you've got a good point there. You have got a good point.
Oh yeah, this one's called. This one's State of Decay 2. No, you've already released State of Decay 2. Oh, for fuck! We branded it State of Decay 2.
All right, okay. Let's stop taking the piss out of me, Matt. What sort of games designer you'd be? Someone who just nicks other ideas from other people, right?
No. Why'd you say that?
Just a thought.
What are you implying there? I'm a thief.
Idea thief.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Yeah, I would like to make a game that basically makes every person who plays it cry. I would, like the start of Last of Us 2, that kind of thing. But that is constantly that, like bang, 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 bang. So like 10 hours of that. So you just by the end you're an absolute, you're a nervous wreck.
Right. Okay.
I'd be quite happy if I made a game that realistically no one plays for more than like half an hour. It's just like a fun action game that looks quite nice. No one really gets invested in it. But if people saw me, they'd go, "Oh, hey, you made that. I enjoyed what I played of that. Yeah." I think
Did you finish it?
I just want praise, basically. That's
Right,
all I want.
okay. So you want to be a game developer that creates a good game that people
Your studio
like.
will
Is
be
that what you're
called
saying?
7 out of 10
So,
games.
yeah. If you're 7 out of 10,
7 out of
people be
10.
like, yeah, play that. Yeah, it was on Game Pass. Yeah, I played it for like 20 minutes. It seemed really good. Yeah. That's it. That's fine. That's all I want.
That's all you need. Yes, it was really good. Don't go past those 30 minutes though.
Exactly. There's
What,
nothing
half
after
an
that.
hour?
Horrendous. Ellie?
I would be like a compassionate games developer. So I would build into the game that, like, when you die or fuck it up or whatever, you get a little message going, "Oh, don't worry about it. Like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's just a video game. Don't get angry.
Just turn it off.
Like,
It's
it's
bollocks."
fine." And also, because I have been known, just very occasionally, on stream especially, to sometimes point out the flaws in video game developers. I have been known to accuse them of being lazy.
Oh,
Oh,
Or basically, if I get stuck on a bit or I can't do a bit, it's usually because there's a problem with the game itself rather
yes,
than
definitely.
a problem with me and my
100%,
skills.
Yeah, it's a bug.
So I would be an honest game developer going, "Oh mate, to be honest, it was we were on deadline and I just crunched this bit. It's a bit shit. I'm sorry. Just bear with.
what?
You'll
Just
get there."
scrolling text at the bottom of the game as you're playing it.
Yeah,
Every time you die, instead of like a death animation, you get like a supportive or an apologetic message.
I'd love that. That would actually be really interesting. Though. Like a game that sort of fully interweaves that. Yeah, this sort of constant commentary from the devs. Like, yeah,
I was thinking,
Sorry
like
about
you go to a bit, the animation's really wonky. Says, "Sorry, we did this is like 4:30 on a Friday afternoon. Like,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
we couldn't be asked."
Unfortunately, Ellie, you've come up with a good idea now, which
Yeah,
means
sorry.
that you're gonna have to make it.
Yeah.
So
Oh no, it's all right. It's a video game developer will steal it from me and not give me any money, so it's fine. That's how intellectual
Done.
property works.
should we do one more?
We'll do one more. Rob S says, "Hello, lads." Not all lads,
Hello.
Rob. Get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recently started playing Sekiro, and I went back to an old episode of yours to see what you said about it. The episode turned out to be one where Dave was off on paternity leave. This got me thinking about all the things you've kept podcasting through, seemingly without skipping a beat. Sean and Dave both having kids, a global pandemic, James's flagrant abuse of annual leave, and Matt's gradual destruction of his body in the name of content. So my question is, please don't stop, but what in God's name would it take to make you stop? I mean, what I love, and I posted this in the group. What I love about this is it actually misses out loads of horrible things that have happened to us over the last 7 years.
If you only knew.
Tip of the iceberg, baby.
How many years have you been going now?
So on this one, it's 8, right? This
Yeah,
one's 8
8
years.
shows 8 years.
Yeah. And people still haven't heard of us, and that's a disgrace.
Rude.
It's embarrassing, really.
But yeah, I've been
For them.
podcasting since 2006, I think, and I've got nowhere with it. I don't know why I'm bothering. It's mental. It's been the majority of, but I think.
I mean,
that's right.
don't be so hard on yourself. You got invited to an event that then turned out to not be real.
Yeah,
That's progress.
Holy
pretty good, isn't it?
shit! In like 2 years' time, I'll be podcasting for the majority of my life, and I'm still on nothing.
Yeah, we've been doing Scummy Mummies for 11 years.
Wow.
This July. Yeah, so 283 episodes of
Nice.
mostly bullshit, really. But yeah.
But your event did happen when you went.
Yes.
So that's the difference.
I told you this. I think Joe has put up with my podcast. My wife has put up with my podcasting for so many years, right? And she's never listened to an episode, and she doesn't want to talk about it. And then she saw a clip that I put on TikTok or whatever from the show, and she went, "You had a Scummy Mummy on?" I was like, "Yeah, am I cool now?" She was like, "Yeah, no, that's what? How? Why?" And I was like, I had to explain your career to her. But that was the first time she was like, "Well done." I was like,
Well, I'm glad I validated your existence to your wife for you. You're very welcome.
You did. Thanks for that.
What would it take to make us stop?
The Patreon going down
Drop
a bit.
it, yeah. Drop in Patreon figures.
Yeah, losing one patron.
Yep.
Yeah, losing a single patron. All about that growth. Thank you very much. I don't know if I just got bored of it. Really, I still like talking to everyone every week, so that keeps me afloat. But then, yeah, you know what it's like. Sometimes I don't know.
The other
Sometimes
day,
you think about jacking it in.
The other day, my PC started being weird, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, if this broke, I'm fucked." 100%. Like I used to have like a spare laptop. I was like, do you know what? In an emergency, I could record with that. That's gone now.
Is it
I
behind
suppose
glass?
I could use my phone.
What's your name? James Farley? No, you wouldn't.
No, I'd plug in the proper microphone and everything, but it would.
We'd just get you replaced. Ellie, you'd be interested in
Okay.
taking him over? I mean, not after this hasn't been the best advert for what you could get
Can
up to
I
every week. But...
buy a computer?
I
off
will
you?
need £500, but I need you to tell me you're going to pay me £500, but then
They're
say you're
not.
not. That's the only way you can get me to do work for you.
That's good
will
because
be champagne.
James's replacement is actually the homeless man. So
Okay, great.
yeah, got all the classics back.
Okay, that's it. That's it for this week. Matt, do you want to do the socials?
Yeah, are there streams happening, Sean?
No, I'm tired.
Okay, no streams this
well,
week.
there's-
but-
well,
We have
Steam-
done a lot this week.
To be
Steam
fair,
Next
yeah.
Fest is on, so there's loads of stuff I'd like to stream, but knackered.
Yeah, we've done a lot of streaming, so no streams. Don't know where James is, so let's assume no James either. I don't know. He might be around because I don't think he's away. He's just busy tonight. Anyway, maybe it's a James stream.
An
On,
old
let's
Monday
say
night.
Friday night at 9. James will definitely be
Look
there
forward to
100%.
that.
Yeah, 100%. That'll probably be Dark Souls 3. I think he's still streaming. They're on twitch.tv/TCGSco. If you have Amazon Prime and a Twitch account, connect to him and you get something called Twitch Prime Gaming. And with that, you get one free sub every single month that you have to give it to another channel. Why not go to our channel and give us that free sub? We really appreciate it. If you miss a stream live, you go on YouTube, and we've done loads of Summer Game Fest talk servers. They're all on our YouTube channel. Just search for TCGS on YouTube, and you'll find all of those. We're on Patreon, as David said earlier, patreon.com/TCGS for our bonus podcast, which we still get to do for this month. Video show, which we've got planning as well, and just to support what we do over here. And the website is tcgs.co for links to our gorgeous Discord community, store, podcast, socials, and other bits.
And Ellie, where can people find you and what you do? Where do you want to send them?
Whatever it is you do. Yeah, if you go to... what do you do? If you go to scummymummies.com, then you can see... So we do like a live comedy show, and we also do a not live podcast, and all the dates and all the podcast episodes, all that. We've got a shop, but we keep forgetting it's there. No one hardly ever buys anything. And if you buy a mug, because we're not very good at maths or business, it actually costs us money once you factor in postage to send you the mug. So if you hate us, come and buy a mug, and then you'll end up like we're basically giving you 38p on a mug. So that's good. Or I'm on It's Me. Hang on, what is it? It's me, Ellie Gibson on Instagram.
It's me.
Ellie Gibson on Twitter, and I stream on Friday nights at 9:00 UK time at Ellie Gibson Games. Not this Friday coming actually, but most Fridays I stream. And at the moment we are playing Tomb Raider 2 Remastered while I read excerpts from Alan Titchmarsh's Trowel and Error. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, please come and join us. Everybody's very friendly and lovely, and everyone's welcome.
Good. Well, last time I joined your stream, you said, "Watch out, everyone! There's a normal person." And I thought, "Fucking hell! I wonder what your regular viewers are like."
I think we'd probably been saying something absolutely disgusting. That's usually there's quite a lot of filth, and there's a lot of chat about.
Well, I hope you've realised how clean we are over here now.
Yes, that's right.
We're clean
like
living.
that sort of smut. I would also like to apologise for two things. The first being that you've had to sit through a list of video games as a podcast. That can't have been easy. But also for the fact that we've, of course, dropped a lie in there. So you're going to have to deal with the fact that we lied to you about
I think it was
something
the
that
house
announced.
building game, the building house game. The game
building
about the
house game.
The one where you play.
You're the house.
Yeah.
Where you date other houses.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll reveal the lie and then just go, shall we? So, Thanks for living it. We will catch you next week. Pete Donaldson will be joining us next week, which is great because we're going to be talking about the new football game that's come out. So hopefully Pete's played that and can give us his view on the new football game. Unfortunately, Ellie, the lie was not the house game. That is real. It's the Mini 360. Goodbye, everyone. We will see you. We will see you next week. Bye.